Alright, the stream should be live.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay, so where we last left off in our D&D game here, you had traveled to the peak of the Ringing Mountains to fight the air drakes that have a lair at the peak. The lair actually isn't that deep, but it comprises the entire valley, which is their immediate territory. The female air drake and her clutch of younglings were here. There's one youngling. One young drake has flown straight up and away, turning invisible to escape the battle. One is defeated. You still have one that's over there in the bushes, and you've got the big angry mama. And it's her move now, and she is going to unleash some hell.
What? Which one's in the bushes? Huh? This is an animated corpse.
That's true. That is an animated corpse.
We killed this one first. And then we went after the second one. The second one got flown off to...
Okay, this one is dead
This
over
one?
here.
The
Okay.
second one...
So it's just
Morgan
the
took-
flown away one is the only survivor at this point.
Yeah, the one that flew away went invisible. But we don't have enough speed to catch it either way. You said the one that is number 2, Drakeling Rip. You said it's not necessarily that, it's making death saves.
Yeah.
And Mord took the air elemental to take it away. So we can
Oh, damn, I rolled a 10 on that one.
work on it.
Not quite the 12 I was looking for a psychic crush. Yeah, it's gonna use its Storm of Vengeance on you. That's gonna be the first thing. As I recall, I have to pick 6 targets.
When it makes that attack, or does that count as an attack?
Nah, the spell, it just does a thing on its own every turn. So this isn't even the creature, this is the spell.
I was gonna say,
Needs to be
okay.
dispelled.
Let's just make sure he doesn't take an opportunity attack from us, right?
Did you already get hit with the acid rain? I'm trying to think if it was turn 2 or
No.
turn 3 of this.
No, it was only turn.
Okay, so it only did the thunder damage, right?
Yeah.
And a couple people failed it and were deafened. Okay, so we're actually on round 2. It's not lightning this round, it's acid rain. So acid rain is falling from the sky. Each creature and object under the cloud takes a d6 acid damage. So, Orin takes 5. Where's Orin at? There he is.
Oh no, the flying carpet being burned.
Caspar takes 3. And he says, it stings! The fuck? And then, let's see. Ring Sight takes 2. Omen takes 5. Not too bad. Chris, you take 5 acid damage from the acid rain.
Unacceptable.
Soul takes 1 damage, dodging the raindrops.
Raindrops are falling on my head.
Ulrich takes 4. Taurus takes 5.
We got some good rolls tonight. Let's not let that keep up.
Wind Elemental, 4 damage for Morg. There was another one, right? Were there 2 of them? Yeah, there's 2 of them. Alright, the other one takes 1 damage. I changed this one's name. This is Ringsight's one over here, right? This is not Morg.
Yeah.
Correct. Alright, that's what I thought. So this is Morg over here. Okay. So that was the acid rain from the Storm of Vengeance. It starts to pour, and it's just boiling the skin off your body. It feels pretty bad. The Air Drake itself is going to unleash a furious combo of attacks.
It's restrained.
That gives it disadvantage, right?
I think it has to try to break grapple.
Yeah. Well, it
No,
has
restraint. Restraint is disadvantage.
it has multiple attempts to break the grapple. Let's see, it gets plus 13 on these rolls. So, an attempt to break the grapple. 23.
Ulreg is. Right, put my board. Doop 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 doop. Every time I click, it's not registering as such.
You got lag?
Hold her down! Soul shooter!
I just can't click inside the game, I guess.
You got like bad connection or something.
Yeah.
999.
A D20 plus 9, if you want to roll that. I'm just gonna refresh my game.
Fair enough. Rolling it now. Ooh,
I got a
almost rolled a
999.
1. Alright. Plus 9 you said? So that's a 22. You got anything you can add to that? Do you get advantage? Probably not on Ulreg, right?
It's attack rolls against the creature have advantage. The creature's attack rolls have disadvantage.
Yeah, this one's an ability check, though, to break a grapple. Alright, so she's no
Did I-
longer restrained. No, she's
Wait,
just grappled.
didn't I give the legendary I'm sorry, not legendary, what do you call it? Fucking sorry, I don't remember
Inspiring
what that was.
shouting.
Yeah, I did my shout. I know I did my shout, I don't know if I did it on this turn or the last turn.
I don't know, it's on the no card.
Gives advantage on one attack due to his crit to everyone. That's what it says there.
Yeah, that's something else. Never mind.
Okay.
What's your shout do?
Well, it must have been done already.
The shot's supposed to give people advantage on.
I remember
checks
you
and-
doing it. I didn't put it on the
No,
card, though.
saves and. It's supposed to be advantage on checks, or no, saves and attacks.
Okay, doesn't count then. Okay, so she attempts to break the grapple as well. Ooh, that's not gonna work. Well, I'm just gonna use a legendary to make that succeed. Was I keeping track of that?
I think you've already used like 2.
Air Drake, legendary. Did I put it on her? Okay. So she is no longer grappled
Or restrained.
or restrained. Alright. A 120-foot sphere of tornado-like winds from the elemental plane of air appears centered on the Drake. When the sphere appears, each large or smaller creature within the sphere that is currently flying must make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, a creature is knocked prone. And then if that creature is still in the air, it is pushed 60 feet to the ground. Gases and vapors are dispersed by the wind, and unprotected flames are extinguished. Protected flames, such as a lantern, have a 50% chance of being extinguished. Okay, so this applies to... Let's see... The Flying Carpet, Taurus, the Elementals, Ring Sight, Omen. Yeah, DC 15 dexterity saving throw, or you're taking a little tumble. All right.
I fail.
No.
What about
More
the
low rolls today.
Are you rolling Sia?
Yeah. I'm gonna do some rolls in a minute here. I'm doing one at a
I made a
time though, so
16.
hang on.
Let's go.
Nice.
Barely.
All right. Ring sight's gonna hit the ground hard. Omen has crashed, knocked out of the air, prone. Can't say.
How far away do we get knocked?
Pushed 60 feet to the ground, knocked prone.
To the ground.
Yeah, it's a anti-flyer ability.
Okay. I was up 25 feet. I take...
So am I prone on the carpet, or is that how it works?
What's the fall damage again? It's 1d8? 12?
You take a d6 for every 10 feet, so it does 6d6 damage
Okay.
when you guys all hit the ground.
Am I prone, or am I falling off the carpet?
The carpet crashes. You're on it, so you take fall damage. Alright, so who's hitting the
Take the
ground?
left.
So, do you have like a featherfall or anything you can do to save yourself?
Yeah. I have my trusty fruit of flight.
You don't have time to eat a fruit before you hit the ground. It's almost instantaneous.
Right.
Okay, so you can make a dexterity save, DC 15, to cut 1d6 off of this.
Okay.
Alright, so this is like on a per character basis. We're just going to do Grimorn
Wow.
first. So Grimorn, it does 24 fall damage.
Fucking
I failed
rigged.
again. I rolled the same fucking thing again.
Ouch, that hurts. 24 fall damage.
Fucking rigged. These dices are rigged.
And Soul.
Ninja's got the juice tonight.
Soul fails his dex save, and he takes 14.
Okay, never mind.
Uh-huh.
Okay. 11 points of damage. Half of 11 points of damage.
For Morg, the fall damage is 23.
What if we're not 60 feet in the air? What if we only fall 20 feet from the air?
I guess
Because I wasn't that high up.
if you don't hit the ground, you're probably all right.
I thought he was an air.
No, because I was only 20 feet in the air.
Yeah. Well, then you would only take 2 dice of damage. So what's the first 2 there? 12. I rolled high.
Would an air elemental take fall damage?
The idea is that
Bludgeoning.
hurricane blasts you into the ground. So yeah.
Oh, you're talking like Dragon Ball.
Bludgeoning
style.
damage.
Yeah, you're just
Yeah.
slammed down
Oh.
by a pressure.
But I still take half for bludgeoning damage, so that's fine.
And Taurus, you were like practically on the ground, right? Did you have any height?
I had some height,
How much?
but I've saved. I saved already. Which was 16, right?
It was a DC 15 to remove 1d6 from the fall damage, but the fall damage is based on what your height was. What was your height?
Oh, I don't know. I was right above the Drake, so 20 feet maybe.
Okay, so just 2 dice, and if you made your save, you ignore the second one. And then you half that, so 0 damage.
Hey!
You gently land on the ground. Your leg muscles compensate.
Yeah, it's just like a jump from a 2-story building for me.
And you're not even knocked prone.
Yeah.
All right. Now that also wasn't the Air Drake's action. That was a lair action.
So Air Drake's action was the attacks, right? To try to get out of the grapple.
Yeah, it gets 3 of those. It used 2, right?
I had a legendary action to use.
But I mean, for the grapples, it used 2, right?
Yeah,
Used
it
one and then a
used
legendary.
one to.
Well, it failed the second one.
It failed the
used
second one, but
legendary
used a
action.
legendary. But still, it was only 2 of its 3 attacks. That's the
Right.
thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so it's still able to deliver 1 bite attack at Taurus on its way up. So it's going to deliver a nasty bite with plus 13.
We'll do it.
That'll be a 26 to hit.
That hits.
That does hit. All right. Well, you get bit for 17 piercing damage.
Halved. 8.
All right. But you're grappled as well. And then it's going to immediately fly up 80 feet into the air.
Can me and Ulrich punch him? Or her?
Hold on.
Can we attack?
80 feet elevation. When it leaves your threatened zone, you should be able to make attacks of opportunity. It's taking Taurus with it, so not Taurus.
Do we get advantage since we're on opposite sides of the Drake from Ulrich and I?
Sure. Yeah, I'll give you flanking.
Oh, when it tries to move, if it tries to move and leave my zone.
It doesn't. It takes you with it. You're grappled.
Oh.
26 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. Damage. I'm raging. It does 2d plus 7. $19 points of magical bludgeoning damage.
All right.
Give me back my friend.
And Taurus, do you want to roll one for Ulrich's attack? With
Yeah,
advantage for flanking?
Yeah. We're. Sorry. 1 second.
She's got plus 9, I think.
Yeah, plus 9. Yeah. Yeah, I got like a 99 ping to 30 Brit right now. Ridiculous.
It's no good. Oh, Canada.
You got something downloading, man? She got 26 to hit. I think that'll hit.
Yeah,
Canada's still on fire.
probably.
I don't know what her damage is. Oh, she has plus 10 to hit. Sorry. Her 2d8 plus
Yeah, my
7.
internet has been iffy tonight for some reason.
Sorry to hear that. Nobody likes a
One
poorly
second.
functional internet. Maybe it's all those solar flares we got. You getting a lot
This
of,
is
what do they call that? The Northern Lights.
I don't know.
I heard we had like 3 major solar flares the other day.
she did 17 damage with her halberd.
That's pretty good.
If she, the other thing is she, we're tied together. If I go up 80 feet, she's 40 feet below him.
Okay.
She's like flying behind me.
How long is the chain?
40 feet.
That's actually even better for what I'm about to do. Okay. At the end of its turn, Drakeling flies away. Kaspar is going to take a shot. He fires his mighty longbow. Kapwang goes the longbow of Kaspar. Actually, I don't have his character sheet up. Kaspar. Here it is. What'd I roll? An 8? God damn you, Kaspar. Why is your aim so terrible?
Breaks fast. That's fine.
What's he got here? Alright, mighty longbow. He's got plus 10 to hit. An 18 is not enough. Not enough. You sundered it, right?
Mm-hmm. This should be AC 21.
Yeah, not enough. So he curses his miss. But he's a ranger. He gets extra attack, right? He can take another shot. Kapwang goes the mighty bow of Caspar. He aims at the exact same spot where the air drake isn't. Alright. Alright, so at the end of Caspar's turn, the air drake uses a legendary action. And it's going to use all of its legendary actions in one, called the Drop. The drake can make a bite attack. It makes this bite attack against Taurus again.
I can do this when it's not its turn.
Yep, this is a legendary action. That's a 22 to hit. Does that hit you?
No.
Wow. All right, so it tries to bite you, and failing that, it's just going to...
But it's already biting me.
Yeah, I know. It bit you, and then it got you in a grapple, and now it's biting you again. And it failed. Okay. But after that...
It's like rolling you around in its teeth, and then like it bit on your armor.
After that, it can
like
fly
a crocodile.
An additional 40 feet up in the air, so you're now 120 feet up, and it lets go of its grapple, dropping you to hit the ground. So we're doing the fall damage thing again.
So hold on.
Oh.
It picks me up, moves me up 120, and I'm able to fall down 120 all within 6 seconds?
Yes.
What?
Yep. You the maximum you can fall in 6 seconds is 500 feet. We did that last time.
I'm confused.
This is
I
its,
can't do anything.
This is its tactic, right? It swoops down, picks you up, flies up into the air, and then flings you at the ground for maximum damage. You're highly resistant to all this.
As soon as it lets me down, as soon as it lets me, well, I'm flying. I'm actually like I literally have fly cast on me. I'm able to fly. Would I not just fly back at it? Like I can't just start flying as soon as I'm let go?
Damn, that's not going to work, is it?
That's what I'm like, because I was planning on breaking the grapple and flying after him and then making his movement stop. Because I have Sentinel attack. I was trying to make him stop wherever he stopped.
That would be funny if the air drake doesn't know you can fly and does it. It's like, why are you just hovering in my mouth? What the fuck is going on?
I mean, the Drake's isn't stupid, but it just saw me flying above its head.
Yeah, I don't think it makes you immune to falling, though, if you're, like, thrown at the ground, which is effectively what it does. Let's just say it does a giant anime spin in the air, and then with all of its might flings you at the ground as hard as it can, like a baseball pitch. And so you just hit the ground with devastating force. Do you want to make a deck save to drop off the 3?
If he makes a throw, I want to use my reaction to use Featherfall.
Oh yeah, Featherfall will just negate this. Alright, fair enough.
So I'll use my Scroll of Featherfall, or my Tattoo of Featherfall.
Is that work on Ulrig too?
She's attached to me, so...
Okay.
I think Featherfall you can apply to other people too, so you can choose to make her immune as well.
Yeah, so I'll make her light as a feather.
Yeah. Alright, well, he tried. He throws you back to the ground. He's at least 120 feet up, which puts him back out of your range again, or her back out of your range again.
Featherfall means I don't move, I don't fall like that fast. So I should still be within range of him.
How fast does Featherfall say you move?
60 feet per round.
And that puts you 60 feet down then.
Yeah. Cool.
Alright, well. More.
I will fly all the way up to it and past it on top of its head, I'll do a dash, and I'll be 140 feet in the air on top of its head.
All right. You gonna apply some downward pressure, try to keep it down,
Yeah.
or at least hit it as it's going up. All right. Ringsight's not
It's
here, so Ringsight is like, "Oh no, Omen, you're hurt," and he's going to look into his bag of goodies, and he's going to say, "Do I have anything that can save my wonderful beastie?" He doesn't have any healing spells, right? No, that's not really what he
He might
does.
have healing items, though.
No, he does not have a healing spell. Boy, that would come in handy sometime. But he does have healing items, I think. He's got food. Maybe he doesn't. Oh no. Oh no. Who walks around with no healing items? Come on.
The sorcerer, of course.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
I thought he was somewhere. Oh, it's the air elemental. It was with the baby thing.
So I've looked over his character sheet, and he's really got nothing that he can do in this situation. That's really unfortunate.
Minus 42. He can cry for help if he wants.
Can he just, like, I don't know, go to where the baby Drake is? Is Omen unconscious? Oh wait, no, it has
Yeah.
1 health left.
He took 42 damage. He has 43 hit points. He's really bad off. He's like giving his dying gasp and squawks of
He's
pain.
fine.
All right. Well, you know, Ringsight. He worries about his mount a great deal, and so he's going to protectively try to help Omen. They're going to take the dodge action together just to make sure Omen doesn't die.
Can you do a medicine on it?
It wouldn't help, but he is going to try to move it into a safer location here, so... Let's see, he retreats into the bushes back here. After taking the dodge action, so he's got a little bit of visible cover from the creature, which is way up in the air. And he is avoiding attacks to the best of his ability. But he's not too happy. And Omen is definitely about to get killed if he takes another hit. Alright, so after Ringsight, we go back to the top. That goes like well outside of Orin's range for his daggers, but he could attempt to fire a shot with his bow, which is what I've been doing, I think. Composite longbow. It's within his first range, so he doesn't have disadvantage. He has plus 12 to hit, that's solid. So Orin draws back his composite longbow and lets loose an arrow with all of his might. And he has a 17 to hit,
no
which
hit.
does not hit. As a rogue, he doesn't get another attack. If that hit, he would have applied a lot of sneak attack damage, so that would have been really good, but... the Drake looks in his direction with a nat 20 and spots him, and he lets out a curse. So he's going to use his bonus action to move into cover and hide again. Drakeling flies away. Soul gets up off the ground, and he says, "Oh, that hurt! The wind's knocked out of me." But despite that, he's going to attempt to do something. I think Soul was deafened, wasn't he? I wonder if I made a note about that.
No idea.
I did not. Shit, that's something I probably should have made a note about. There were a couple people that failed the thunder.
Because the people who have damage probably.
It's hard to tell at this point.
Oh, well. I saved from it. I know I did. I think Ulrich saved too. Oh.
I'm looking at his spell, so you'll have to bear with me just a moment. He's going to look over at Caspar and say, "Oh, I better not cast any of my magic, otherwise Caspar will think I'm a defiler." Who knows what Caspar's opinions on defilers are? Well, that hampers his ability, so he'll have to use his bow to attack. I think he's got +7
Eating
to hit.
spicy Thai soup, and it's. Ooh. I think this guy was coming. He just replied.
Yeah. Arcane Longbow of Elemental Burst. D8. He's got +7. Alright, so he fires his bow. He aims up at the creature, trying to shoot it in the taint. With a 26, he succeeds.
Oh shit!
His
Holy shit!
Elemental Burst weapon's going to do D8 +3. As a bonus action, you can spend a charge from the bow to imbue your next arrow with an elemental energy. The arrow deals an additional 4d8 damage of a type of your choice. Fire, cold, lightning, or thunder. Fire's been pretty effective, so he'll do a fire arrow. By the power of the Lord of Flame, wink wink to Grimoire. So that adds 1, 2, 3, 4d8 of fire damage. It pierces the grundle of the air drake right in the naughty bits for 32 damage. It lets out a scream. Oh, it didn't like that at all. It didn't like that. Is anybody within 10 feet of it? I don't think they are, right? No.
I am on its head.
Oh, uh-oh. Sorry about that. Any creature within 10 feet of the target has to make a dexterity saving throw DC 14 or take half of that elemental damage.
Okay. 19?
Yeah, okay.
I take nothing if it succeeds?
Yeah, you avoid it. There was like shrapnel or something and you just dodge it. Alright, so that was Sia. Taurus, what's your move? What are you gonna do?
It threw me out of its mouth, and I'm slowly falling. And then I'm like, I come to my senses, and I'm I feel like Goku just got knocked in the air, but he caught himself before he hit the ground.
Yeah.
And Ulrich didn't hit the ground because she's probably 20 feet off the ground now. 40 feet from me. I'm 60 up. Makes her 20 feet off the ground. I feel hasted. I will. Hasted doubles my movement speed. That's 90. I'm going to do the same thing that Morg does. And I'm going to move. So I'm 60. It's at 120. I'm going to move 60. I can move 80 up. Yeah, I'm going to move the 80 up to be where Morg is, right next to Morg. And that'll put Ulrich right below him. Something like that. Anyways, so I'll be right above him. Ulrich Ulrich will be right below him. I think I need to go up a little farther, maybe? I need to go up another 5 feet. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna stay within his range. When I get up to him, I want to jump to her turn first, or do I need to do all my actions?
Hirelings can go in whatever order of your turn you choose. It's up to you.
Cool. I'll have her try to grapple him again, and that'll be her action. Oh my god.
Aerial acrobatics. You're trying to swing Ulrich into the air drake to grab him by the tail as he's flapping his wings furiously, or her wings furiously to go up.
Yep.
The angry Mama Drake trying to flee with all of her wounds. She's badly bleeding.
God. So much lag. That's going to be a 27 to grapple. And for her second attack, she's going to try to restrain it. 26.
All right.
That'll do it.
It's restrained.
We're back down, and then now it's falling again. And I guess.
So everybody's going to take 12d6 fall damage when you hit the ground, right?
Yeah.
Unless you guys are going to detach from it.
Well, I'm attached to her. I'm attached to her. Ulrich's going to take the hit with him.
Okay, let me roll that.
And she takes half for bludgeoning damage. Because her armor. Then I'll be 40 feet above them.
Alright, you pin its wings back. It hits the ground for 30 damage.
Cool.
Letting out a
And-
cough of broken bones.
Ulrich is going to take 15, right?
Yeah, I have to roll separately for her. So that was for the monster. This is for Ulrich. Half of 47. Is that 23?
23. Okay.
That was a big roll. I rolled much higher that time.
There we go. 27. And then I'm going to swing on the Drake for my attacks.
So she's holding it. It falls. She and it take damage. You follow it down and attack.
Yep. And now it's grappled and restrained, so I'll get advantage on it, I think.
Yeah. Do you know how epic this would be? This is like a crazy aerial suplex attack. Like a tag team aerial suplex attack, like one of those Zuna drops where you like go way up into the air, grab the opponent, turn them upside down, spin them around, and then like bring them down into the ground. And then you come in with this follow-up attack after it's like broken on the ground and coughing up its lungs. What have you got?
Alright, I'm rolling it real slow.
Armor class 21. 28 hits.
Alright, 28 hits. 2d8. 6, 6. Alright. Come on.
What was the AC on this thing?
21 right now.
21.
Normally 23 if it's not sundered.
29 damage on the first hit.
Yep.
Second hit.
Do we have any type of advantage right now?
It's grappled and restrained again.
Okay.
Let's see it.
Attack number 2. Thwoomp, thwoomp. That'll hit.
22? What?
Barely.
What? Okay.
It wiggles to try to avoid the last blow, but you land it.
That's not the last one. I'm hasted, baby.
It will be, trust me.
Oh.
You're overkilling it?
No, not if it dies. God, this roller is laggy.
Yeah, you got the worst.
26.
I guess not the worst ping. Like, longest ping is actually worse, as far as I can tell.
No, my ping to Dirty Bird is like
Yeah,
640
Drew,
right now.
Drew is bad.
All right, you land a strike on its skull, and it cracks. One of its eyes pops out, and it dies.
Oh, wee. And I yell to Morg, can I just look up and point to where the air drake is? I have the sea invisible right now. Can I see what direction he went to?
Is he far away from me?
Yeah, he's far. He's at least.
It says 140 feet up, so it's like right next to me.
Caspar rolls
he
a
had another
check
turn.
and gets a nat 20 and says, "Ah, don't worry, I know exactly where it's going. It has another lair, 1 mile in that direction," and he points in a slightly like 12 degrees off from where you thought it was going, but like in a slightly different direction. He's like, "That's where it's really going. It flew up to try to distract you and confuse you, but it's actually going there."
Cool. So that's where it is. Well, that's it. I mean, I'm kind of done with this already.
Oh, the baby Drake.
The baby
The
drake
one that
on the
flew
run.
away, it was too fast for us to catch.
All right. Soul is going to
How
go
fast
over
can it
here,
go?
and he's going to climb up
It goes
onto this one,
120
and he's going to
per turn.
ride it.
We can only go like 160 feet a turn. I can go 180.
He
No, it's
rides it around
120.
while playing his music and saying, "Look at what I can do."
I need. I'm gonna need some assistance. If somebody don't mind with survival.
Yeah. I'll help you.
Do I eventually fly over and kill the Drake plane?
Actually, I think Morg has the better.
Yeah, his fly is 240 a turn if he's dashing.
Oh, 240?
Yeah.
Hey Morgan, do
I
you
thought it was
wanna,
only 160.
Morg, do
It's
you want to
one.
assist
It's
me?
120 normal.
No. The air drake goes 80. It can dash for 160 feet.
Oh.
Hey Morg.
Yeah, I can dash 180.
Oh, you're out there.
Well, we can't catch you,
Hmm.
so you have to fight that other air drake by yourself.
It's almost dead. Can I kill it?
You can try.
I don't think it's almost dead. I think it had a lot more
It's
left.
minus
Actually.
63.
Probably had 200 hit points.
Yeah. I don't know if I could kill it by myself then. Never mind.
Hi, Morg, can you assist me with survival?
I can help you.
Sure.
I
I
have
will
survival
fly
proficiency.
down and help you.
I have survival proficiency if you need me to.
Claiming another hide.
No, he has better wisdom.
All right, Taro's going to come out with Omen, and he's going to go into the cave that he had scouted with his arcane eye the previous night.
I'll go in with them.
Are there storms around you, Drew?
Forms?
I assist you with a
No.
27.
There is like a hurricane forming east of the United States, and I'm expecting a bunch of weather like over the
Oh, wait.
weekend, but it doesn't seem real bad now.
I wasn't paying attention. Oh, tropical storm Brett.
Yeah, there's some stuff going on in the world. And like I said earlier, solar flares, they can really have a big impact. Like, they affect satellites, and they can affect telecommunications. So, don't count those out as a factor in all this.
Okay, I got a 37.
37. All right. You successfully carve the flesh from the air drake, peeling back its precious scales. The scintillating colors shifting in the light, taking on the colors of whatever touches them or whatever they're nearby, and blending in with them invisibly. And also they have the hardness of the hardest armors. As strong as iron. Even stronger, maybe.
Is it stronger than the Fire Drake armor?
Armor class 23. It's up there. It's
What's
probably
the,
approaching adamantine tier.
what's the armor class of the fire one that we got?
Fire Drake. Fire
That was a
Drake.
pretty big beast, too.
Those only have
My
AC
medium armor, Fire
21.
Drake armor just two.
This one's harder.
Well, we got the skill of 2 of these giant things.
Yeah, the Air Drake is the hardest of the Drakes.
Well, we got two full
Yeah, we got
large
full of them.
ones.
I
And
assume
then we got
I assume it's because of that spell. If Storm of Vengeance gets off and you can't hit it because it's too high up in the air, it can just demolish your party and you have no retribution against it, which can be pretty badass. And if it wasn't crippled, it would be able to use its Psychic Crush once or twice during the combat, which hurts a lot. About 66 damage to everybody in a 20-foot cube.
we got lucky, to be honest.
They're
Listen.
crippled from the Cyanide thing, right?
Yeah, the Cyanatrix made it difficult for them to use their ability. See, normally they recharge on a 5 or 6, and they only recharge on a 12 because of the Cyanatrix. So I roll a d12, and if it rolls up 12, they can use Psychic Crush that turn.
I tell
Yeah.
Ulrig, I give her a high five, and we're like, "Yeah, that was cool. You did it. Like, look how strong you were." And she's like excited about that shit. She's like, "Yeah, I'm strong."
Standard.
So we
Ringsight
just-
goes into the cave and retrieves the treasure items that he had seen the night before.
Nice.
Okay, I got a 29 for the baby Drake skinning.
This one, right?
The one that Soul is riding.
He says no, and he rides away off into the sunset. Didn't you see he was having fun with that one? He's not going to let you skin it. There's another one on the
After-
hillside, though.
Just ride a fleshy one.
Okay, I'll do that one. I'll do whatever is free.
The one
Yes.
that one that flew away isn't dead yet. You said it was making death saving throws, but
Drakeling number 2.
Ringsight, sorry, Taro said he wanted to capture it, or something to that extent. Like he was trying to take it. away.
Ramorn says no.
He already flew up with it. His elemental's been moving for 2 turns, like getting it away.
So I think the animate corpse lasts for what, like an hour?
Yep.
So after an hour, you can skin that one if you just
Yeah, I'll do
be,
it.
be
I'll
patient.
do it at that point.
So at that point, you go ahead and roll it. That's
I
fine.
got a 29 for that.
Normally, Ringsight would go and try to save this one over here. It was rolling some death saves, right? So let's see here.
But he's probably focused on Omen right now.
Yeah.
Did it work? I'm pretty sure skinning the Mama Drake would take a while since it's so large. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
by then like an hour's done and you could just skin the other one.
I don't think Taro would have went
Did it
into the
fail
cave.
all 3 death
right away.
saves?
To be honest, Ninja, I don't think Taro would have went in the cave first of all. I think he would have been worried about Omen.
Well, he took Omen into the cave to take a rest to heal it up.
Oh.
And he's going to do a medicine check to make the rest more beneficial and maximize it.
Oh. I'll walk in and give him a fruit for the poor guy. I have a fruit of maximized healing.
Any treasures in the cave?
How much does that heal for?
It doesn't heal for anything. It lets him use full hit points or something. Full hit dice. I don't remember. Hold on. Let me see.
When he rests, he gets the full amount of his. Like he doesn't have to roll; he gets the full amount when he rests.
No, yeah.
Which one is that? Actually, I don't know if I only have one of those. Huh. It isn't. I don't have a value on it. What's the value on that thing? The cactus fruit of maximized natural healing.
Not sure.
It doesn't say what it does. I know it doesn't like the let you use your full hit dice. Like I think max hit dice. Like up to
Yeah,
max hit dice?
Pretty sure it was a custom
It-
item.
Yeah.
it just maximizes how much the hit dice you roll when you're taking a rest. It just gives you the maximum number.
Mm-hmm. So if I do D12s, they always roll 12, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna save that actually.
I don't-
'cause
I don't know.
Not sure, but I might need that.
It's a good item.
Yeah. I'll give him some meat. Be like, yeah, good job, buddy.
Well, if he does natural healing, he does 7d10, which is pretty good. So, Ringsight's going to almost demand that you guys take a rest, so his poor pet Omen can recover 34 hit points.
Can they be taking a short rest while we're doing the skinning and stuff?
Oh, for sure. It'll take a
Sure.
while to do the skinning anyway.
Yeah, we can do a full rest if we want to in the cave. And
It's
I'll,
our cave now. If we do rest here, I'm gonna talk to. Who's the druid? Didn't we have a druid with us?
Me,
We have a ranger.
Lord,
No. Wasn't there a druid?
We have
in
a
this area?
ranger. A ranger.
we have a ranger. Caspar's a ranger.
No. There was a druid in this area. Oh, is the druid in town still?
No, we have not gone for the druid yet. He's in the forest.
I
Are you
thought there
talking
was
about
a
the halfling that we're trying to go visit?
Nope, I'm talking about the other druid guy we met last week.
Yeah.
Drayden?
we have
I
a-
don't remember.
Drayden the dwarf, he was a druid that didn't have a land because he came to the forest ridge thinking that he would become like a druid of the forest ridge, but he wasn't quite ready for the halflings and the Kier and the Thrycreen going crazy. It scares the crap out of him, so he's like, I can't handle this, man. I'm too old for this, even though he's
If,
like a young dwarf.
Since I have an hour on my fly, I'd like to fly back to. I guess he's probably at the outpost and ask him to come back here so we can show him this area if he wants to make this his domain or his
Sure.
what do you call it?
He'll make his home in the lair of the air drake here in the cave.
Yeah. We'll talk to him about doing that.
Ah, he's
Hey,
here.
Cat.
A lot. Omen almost died.
So
he,
yeah,
had,
like I said, I'll
he had 1 hit point left. It was great.
fly back to town and ask him to come back with me, and show him the area, and show him that all the Kier that need to be protected by him, and this layer is now.
Do we have lair actions now?
Boy, that would be fun. The lair actions are pretty cool for this thing.
Yeah. No, I'll do that. I'll bring Drayden back.
Let's see, its lair actions. It can create a line of strong wind, 60 feet long, 10 feet wide. It can do a 120-foot sphere of tornado-like winds. You got to see that one happen. That one knocks you prone, pushes you down 60 feet. And the third power is a strong wind blows around the Drake. Each creature within 60 feet of the Drake has to make a DC 15 strength save or be pushed 15 feet away from the Drake and knocked prone. So it's basically like the wing beat that knocks everybody down, and then the Drake can fly away and do whatever. Alright, that's a legendary monster. Congrats, you have defeated it. You get the old da 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 victory music, and don't copyright strike. The treasures contained in the cave are found by Ringsight when he has some time in between doing medicine checks on his pet. And he's going to retrieve the items that he perceived with his arcane eye the night before. If I can find him here. Now, here we go. He finds a wooden staff. should probably put these on the note card and see where that's at. There we go.
Remind me why we wanted this thing dead again.
The skin and the
Treasure.
treasures.
And the other one that
Wasn't
tried to
there
kill
another
us.
reason?
Slender.
The other one that tried to kill us.
Oh
Crafted.
yeah.
The daddy tried to kill us. They were aggressive.
Oh, that reminds me. What happened to those children I stole?
It's up on the hillside. It made its death saves and has passed out. Remains unconscious for at least 1 hour, but then it will start to stir and wake up. Did you guys do anything in that first hour about that?
We were skinning the mama drake and then the second baby drake over there. Or
Well,
technically that's the first one.
I said that
Ulrich will help you.
Soul would not let you skin the other one because he's riding it for an hour. But after then, you can do as you please.
The one that.
Yeah. I assume the mama drake would take about an hour to skin it entirely.
Can I do some things since I just got here?
Sure.
Was there anything interestingly airy in that cave?
Oh yeah, I'm putting them on a note card here. So the first thing you find is a wooden staff. It's a slender staff crafted from a rare and resilient wood.
Is it druid stuff?
It emanates a chilling aura and feels cold to the touch.
Can I scare Grimorn with it?
If you can, you could just like copy paste that description.
It's in the card.
No, I mean like onto the card, so you don't have
It's
to
on the
type
card.
all that. I hear you. Thank you very much.
The second thing found is a corpse of a drake hunter. He didn't make it. Possibly an associate of Caspar, somebody in a similar profession. His bow, not as big as Caspar's, but is masterwork with a heavy draw that increases it. Even though it's a short bow, it increases it from a d6 to a d8. So it's massive for a short bow, but it still counts as a short bow.
Ooh. That would be cool for Ulrich. He's proficient.
And this also includes a masterwork quiver of arrows.
What does a masterwork ever do?
With 13 arrows. You look at the quiver and you notice that unlike many quivers, this one contains a couple of pockets.
Mm-hmm.
So if you equip this quiver, it gives you 2 quick slots, and each one of those quick slots can have an item in it that you can use with your bonus action. All right.
Reaching behind your back and get quick stuff.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot. I went to go get the what you call it guy. Never mind. Orin, what's Orin doing? We gonna loot?
Well, hang on. Wasn't done yet. Last but not least, it seems as if a traveler, possibly the same one that had this staff, his corpse might have also contained this pendant, crafted from a polished shard of crystallized storm essence. It's adorned with intricate engravings depicting swirling winds and crackling lightning bolts.
Identify. Oh right, that reminds me. How long does it? 10 minutes for each of those. Okay. How long does it take me to use a herbalism kit to treat my dying bird?
I think you have to do it during the long rest in order to get the benefit.
Alright, if that's the case, then how many more items are there? Just like the amount.
4 items that you find in the cave.
Okay, identify each of those.
Hang on a second, I was looking something up. Long rest care. So it says here, by spending one use of a healer or herbalist kit, you can ease the suffering of an injured creature during a long rest. While spending hit dice to recover hit points during the long rest, the creature can choose one of the dice and change it to the maximum value of the dice. Also, the creature benefits from an advantage to its next Constitution save made during the long rest. In addition, the creature's open wounds are immune to festering effects. So, I don't often go into that sort of thing, but you could be in a really gross environment, and like a sewer or something, and take a terrible wound, and maybe it would get infected. It hasn't happened in the game yet, but it could.
So we're taking a long rest instead of a short rest here?
In order to heal up Omen, it would have to be a long rest, because he was terribly wounded.
Yeah, we're taking a long rest.
Okay, I'll regain my spell slots then.
Well,
I'm gonna position. I'm whispering to him. Sit tight, old friend. Your retirement's coming soon.
You're gonna swap him out for the new model. Okay, so you identify each of these 4 items, right?
Yes.
All right.
I'll take my long rest when I get back. So I'll fly down there and come back and take my long rest.
Does anyone need additional healing besides using your hit dice?
Did I take any damage during that fight?
Yeah, I think so. I marked it on your figurine.
Yeah.
How much?
Got some acid rain damage. You're at 27 out of 50?
Alright. I think I was missing 7 before that.
I have enough of spells to heal everybody.
We don't need spells. We're gonna take a long rest. We hit dice.
No, but if we're taking a long rest, I can heal everyone before the rest.
Yeah, everyone can use like half of their hit dice in a long rest, and then they just regain all of them. So, either way.
I'm able to recover 63 points in my long rest.
I
Okay.
instruct the
Switch back to
air
0.
I instruct the air elemental and the flying carpet to help the ranger do what is needed to set up a little camp, because he knows what he's doing and I don't. I'm a sorcerer cleric man.
What do you mean? You want him to set up camp?
The ranger knows how to set up a camp properly, and I'm giving him access to wind elemental and the flying carpet.
He'll just have it scour the perimeter to drive away any of the Kier that might be, lurking around, so they don't decide to come in and eat the meat of this creature. It's going to attract a lot of predators, this much meat sitting around. Fortunately, it's being kept cold, so it's not likely to rot anytime soon. But
While I'm down there in the village, can I tell the halflings where we are, so they can come get the rest of this meat?
for sure, yeah. These are going to be the most well-fed halflings ever.
I'll let them know.
Meat
Oh,
for
you're at the-
days.
You're at the outpost, aren't you?
Can Saul animate corpse the Mama Air Drake and get it over to the halfling?
No, it's too big. He can only do large creatures.
Okay.
So I'll fly back in the direction, and I'll point the halflings towards us. So by the time we finish our long rest, I'm assuming that they'll be coming up to the body, coming up on the area.
Okay.
A parade of halflings coming with some wagons or something, maybe.
Wait, do you even get to have a long rest if you're traveling and stuff?
I'm just flying back and forth real quick with one person, and then I'm gonna take my long rest. So our 8-hour long rest is gonna turn into 9 hours.
Okay.
I'm going to paste all these items into Discord as well.
Ooh, enchanted arrows.
Wow.
All
Not for
right.
sale, priceless. What the fuck?
Storm's Embrace. Once attuned, the pendant grants the wearer resistance to lightning damage and immunity to being paralyzed by electrical effects. Additionally, they gain the ability to cast a spell Gust of Wind once per long rest. The Storm Heart Pendant is said to be forged by ancient storm elementals and carries the essence of their power. It is highly sought after by those who seek mastery over air and weather manipulation. Legend has it the pendant can harness the fury of thunderstorms, allowing the wearer to control the very winds themselves. The Stormheart Pendant is a unique and priceless artifact with immense power related to air and storms. Its true value lies beyond material wealth, as it grants its bearer the ability to command the tempests and channel the might of the air drakes.
It sounds like something I would want to have.
Wait, why?
Just kidding. I'm just saying.
Frickin'. See, I'll have that. I have too many things that require attunements and not enough attunement slots.
Yeah, that's
No,
how
you
it
have to
usually
start-
goes.
You have to start getting rid of stuff and giving it to your followers.
But I don't have any followers.
You need to make some followers, man. You have like multiple artifacts. and
Isn't
nobody
Taurus one of your followers now?
Oh,
No. We're fire. We're
Okay,
fire.
never mind.
I keep letting frickin' Creus have all the followers.
What followers?
Like, half the party, for one. That's part of it. Your own entire temple.
That was their.
I was
destiny.
fired. I was fired before you even joined the party.
That is
I'm a
true.
zealot. I'm a zealot of fire.
That is also true.
So, Morg, the staff here is actually a druid's item.
Holy shit, this thing's awesome. I get to
It's a
cast Ice
druid's
Storm
item?
once a long rest. Yep, it's specifically a druid item. I can. Wait. Do I need to attune to it?
When held by
When
a druid,
held- I do
attuned
have
to
to
its
attune.
power. Yep.
I can cast Ice Storm once per long rest. All of my spells do an additional proficiency bonus amount of cold damage.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
specifically elemental spells, not just all spells. Do I even have any elemental spells? My Lightning Storm, Call Lightning.
There you go. I
I don't
mean,
know what else.
you've been using that one a lot, so now it does extra cold damage.
Yo,
There's
that's
some
cool,
lore
dude.
on it.
Congrats.
The Frostwood Staff is highly sought after artifacts among druids who reveal the icy forces of nature. Cannot be measured in mundane terms, for it embodies the raw power of elegance. Okay. Oh, that's cool. What is the Icy Storm spell?
What is the Wormheart Bow? The Wyvern
Ice
Heart Bow.
Storm spell.
Oh wow. That Wyvern Heart Bow.
Is that the one that makes the ground rough terrain? Or is it the one that does bludgeoning damage and cold damage at the same time? I forget. I'm thinking of Sleet Storm, I think, not Ice Storm. Ice Storm is the heavy-duty one that does...
So-
oh, yeah. Yeah, look at that. 2d8 bludgeoning and 4d6 cold damage. That's a good spell. A good attack spell.
I'm guessing this Wyvern
Jesus
Heart
Christ,
Bow.
I apologize. I have too many magic items. I just pulled up the list.
Yeah. How are you carrying all this stuff, by the way?
In a saddlebag on Omen, maybe.
Just like I
Yeah,
assume he
yeah.
has a backpack on this thing. This bird.
Imagine he's just got bulging saddlebags and Omen is struggling. He's like squawk, squawk, squawk as he's trying to flap his wings.
Oh
I
god,
will-
my
your-
internet's
your-
so bad right now.
Your pain is almost
Solar
over, my
flare.
friend. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is. 300 ping. Can you even hear us? Are we robots?
No, I can hear you just fine.
That Wyvern Heart Bow. I'm assuming that one of the maybe Soul or Orin want that bow.
Is the spell, is it just cast at the base level and the proficiency is
It's your level.
it use my proficiency for the magic
Yeah.
item?
Yeah.
Okay.
It probably uses your spell attack and saving throw, and you have to concentrate on it if it's concentration.
It is dex saving throw. It's instantaneous, not concentration.
What are we gonna give Caspar for helping us, or barely helping us?
What does he want?
Caspar is a hunter of air drakes. He's happy to have brought down one of these favored enemies of his. A mighty foe
good.
cleansed from the land, making it safe for us explorers and adventurers in the far wilderness of the world.
When I bring back Drive-In to the party, like I'll have him talk with Caspar about Caspar looking over the area with him.
I also I have Caspar here. He's going to thank Grimorn once again. You healed my wounded face. I've never been able to hold a conversation like this for years. My twisted, wounded face always gave me such a terrible speech impediment. So, thanks for allowing me to speak normally once again.
You can thank the Lord of Flame. He's the only one responsible for this.
He nods.
Yo, those arrows are insane!
Hey,
You see those arrows? 3d6 on a Drake,
Caspar,
on a critical hit, 66.
Well, actually, Taurus, finish what you're saying.
I'm saying, I was gonna say those arrows and shit, they're pretty crazy. We should keep them. In case we ever come across another Drake. Cough, cough.
It's a pretty
We're
cool
gonna
bow
have
for
that
hunting
dwarf
drakes, and you get it for defeating this
Pick
drake.
this area and like don't.
Yeah, he's gonna take it over. This will be his protected land.
Kind of wish we had it before we had to deal with the Drake.
Well, he couldn't. He was afraid of the drakes. Like he wouldn't have been able to do anything here. It's only now that the drakes are dead that he would be willing.
Well, most of the Drakes are dead. There's still one Drake that's scared. It failed its morale test.
Yeah, well, you guys killed the other one that you hunted down, right?
Good one.
So he nurses this one that was beat up back to health, but wants to capture it. But there was the other one that turned invisible and fled, and you chased it down with the help of Caspar.
Well, we knew where it was. We haven't gone after it yet.
We're gonna skip over that, though. Let's just say
Cool.
that you do it, and it gets done, just to move things
Yep.
along.
Cool. Sounds good.
It's not much
Anything
of a
else
fight.
at the nothing else at the other layer? Or just an auxiliary layer?
Yeah, it's just another area similar to this one. So it just
Cool.
flees to another place to hide, and gets caught and gets killed by the hunters.
Cool. We'll tell Dryden about this one as well. Let him know like there's another cave that way.
So
Part of your
Caspar uses his advanced tracking skills that allow him to almost pinpoint an air drake in order to find the other layer of that air drake. And when you kill it, he says, "I saw you taking the hide of the other one. I'd much like to take the hide of this lesser one for myself."
I look at Morkan. I look at Grimord.
Yes.
He wants to take one of these hides, little baby hides for himself.
How many hides do we have?
We have 2 adult hides and a baby hide.
What about the other one that was pulled by the air elemental?
He's already doing the
Yeah.
skinning. He pulls out his knife and he cleanly guts and cuts the thing, retrieving a fine pelt.
You can keep that one, I guess.
Is Drake blood useful?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, matter.
Oh, so we didn't keep the second one alive?
When Caspar
No.
skins this one, he has like a 26, I think, on his roll. He takes everything, right? He cleaves the head off and takes the head as a trophy, attaches it to his belt. He skins it and takes the entire hide. He cuts each talon from all of its appendages. He's going to take all of its teeth, and he's going to pull them out of the skull one by one. He's going to collect them in one of his bags. He's going to take all of the talons, and he's going to add them to his fletching supplies. He's going to make arrows out of the talons.
Oh my god.
Or arrows out of the teeth. Maybe the talons, he's going to make knives out of them, actually. They're more like knives. So he's going to make a bunch of cool curved daggers out of the talons, and he's going to make arrowheads out of the teeth. He's got the head as a trophy, and he's got the skin. In addition to that, he's going to attempt an alchemy check, but he's not as good at alchemy, but he does get a natural 19. So he's going to gather the organs as well, and he's going to collect the blood in a water skin. So he's got a water skin full of drake blood. He's got a drake's heart. He's got the drake's liver. And he collects some of the brain. He cracks open the skull and scoops out some of the drake's brain even. And he's going to put each of those into a separate package.
Using every part of the kill.
He's a hunter, and this is his favorite enemy, and he knows all about what parts of it are valuable, and he's going to get the maximum use out of it.
Well,
Hey,
We
Mr.
didn't do-
Well, if he knows so much about him, how do you raise a baby when?
No, he doesn't know anything about that. He knows how to kill him.
when he does that, did he show us how to do all that with the other one we just killed, the big one?
No. I mean, those are mostly optional things. Aside from taking the skin, everything else is there, but it's up to you whether you take it. It has value if you can find a market for it. A lot of people would buy that kind of item off you. It's sort of like a prestige item.
Yeah, I whispered to Grimoire after we watched him start doing it. I'm like,
Maybe we should have taken more from these things.
Well, the halflings haven't picked it clean yet.
yeah, so
Oh,
I would
wait,
say when we
has
get back, we take some more stuff.
Want me to
the
take this
baby
apart
woken
more?
up yet?
Yeah. I'll,
The baby got skinned.
The other one.
Yeah, the other one got
that's
skinned.
it's not just the skin. He was saying the talons and the teeth. And,
I won, the living
Heart.
one.
What about it?
Oh, it's gone.
Is it awake yet?
Oh yeah, after an hour it woke up. I had asked the question earlier, what do you guys do about that? You had an hour to prepare for it to wake up from its recovery after
I said
stabilizing.
Ulrich would have assisted him in holding it down and trying to.
Feed it its mother.
It's really not a good solution, says Ulrich.
I will mind. I will use the telepathic bond because it has enough brain power for that to work.
Oh yeah? Telepathic bond with a drake. I'm gonna have to look at this spell for a moment. 5th level. Powerful. You perform the ritual.
Just... Yeah, actually, I can do the ritual, can I? No spell slots for me.
For up to an hour, creatures with intelligence of 2 or less not affected, but alright, so for up to an hour, you can communicate telepathically through the bond, even though they don't have a common language. It doesn't have any language, in fact. And it's not limited by distance. That's a powerful 5th level divination ritual. Alright. So you've got a mind meld with the creature. I am going to... Okay, roll an animal handling for me now.
Okay. I hope I have some support for that.
Ulrich was assisting you. Wait. Ulrich has +4 to animal handling.
Okay, Ulrich watches its body language. She rolls a 19. She manages to assist you. What's your roll on animal handling?
7.
Advantage.
You get advantage from her help. Maybe you'll do better on the second roll.
6.
We'll go with the original 7. All right. The creature's body language is mysterious to you, and its mental signals. It doesn't initially send a response at you other than confusion, fear. Maybe you'll get a little bit of anger. You know, its mother's dead. It's been beat up. It's very unhappy.
I'll have Ulrich give it some meat.
I'm here. I'm. From where?
Not Drake. Not Drake meat. Not Drake meat. To be clear, some meat out of her bag. Have her give some meat from her bag, and try to calm it while you talk to it. Just like physical affection, trying to like calm it down.
So what's your end of this? What do you send through your telepathic bond into the mind of the creature?
She's trying to assist you.
Giving me meat. Alright, I am here to help you.
All right. So it's wounded. You get a sense of wounded and fear and pain. It has 1 hit point.
Okay, I can't fix that. Does calm emotions work on pain?
Yeah, calm emotions would probably work. Depends on if it's a valid target, though.
Dang it! I'm gonna look that up. Who knew that
I think
it
calm
would be
emotions is on a humanoid.
Each humanoid in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose. Yep. It's got to be a humanoid for calm emotion.
You can have some herbalism then. Because I have no means of helping it otherwise.
I think Ulrich might have some help for you. Check her bag.
Ninja, will the baby eat the meat?
It will eat the meat. And it
Okay.
heals
Yeah.
7 hit points.
Yeah.
Well, we can just do that then.
You just want Ulrich to just try to take care of it a little bit.
I'm also going to communicate to this thing that your mother's reaction to seeing you seemingly dead was, eh.
All right, well, now you've made it depressed.
I tell you this only because I care about you and want you to live.
Okay. Well, you've got an angry orphan dinosaur, and well, that's probably not the best of pets, but you can communicate with it.
You got a half giant just petting it.
Man, I'm doing a horrible job so far.
Drayden the dwarf is going to come here, and he's going to protest that you haven't slain the final beast. Will I have to compete with this monster for its lair? Will it try to remain here while I do my duty as a dwarf, as a druid?
We're gonna go track it down, right, Caspar?
That's the other one.
This is gonna be your what do you call it? An animal companion. Yes.
Ah, I insist you take the beast with you and go.
No, hear me out. This is an air drake lair. You don't have to be afraid of them. This one will be nice to you.
This
And
is a
you can
druid's
have an air
lair.
drake.
Put a leash on your monster and take it with you and go.
This is not working.
I'm starting to take out my ingredients for a fireball.
What you doing with that fireball?
I'm just about to cook a little lizard.
Well, he's only got 7 hit points, but he's got a pretty good dex save.
That doesn't
And
matter.
elemental away.
The elemental
Ulrich-
just grabs it and flies away. Team Rocket blasting off again.
Ulrich's got it on the chain.
Have you ever seen an exploding air elemental in the air?
You're gonna have alright, better idea. I'll mage hand your freaking items away.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Invisible mage hand, spell ingredients
hand's-
yoinked out of hand.
Move so fast. They have a speed.
I don't think
By a
you.
lot more
I don't
of
think
this.
you can actually do that though. There's like a rule against grabbing things from somebody else's hand.
Okay, I'll freaking telekinesis him off the cliff. You're not touching my baby dragon.
I take out my wand of fireball.
Unfortunately, there's no cliffs here. You're on a plateau.
Alright, fine then. Freaking.
Use your words. You're good at it.
Don't
This is
touch
your
my
time.
Dragon.
How to Train a Dragon. There's a movie about that.
Okay, I have a suggestion to solve this problem. You
You're
wrestle
blowing it
you
up.
you wrestle with your own hands that little dragon, and whoever wins.
No, that's a stupid idea.
Are you guys playing Boulder's Parchment Shears?
Well, pretty soon you might have to experience that with your wild creature here that you seem to be so stubborn about saving.
Sorry, I'm late.
Hey, what's up?
What's up,
Hey,
Warren?
Kyle.
Well, the combat has ended.
It's about.
I
to
fed a
start,
drakeling
bro.
its mom.
So, Taro saved one of the drakes while it was making its death saves. It had 1 HP left. He walked up to it and made a telepathic bond with it.
Okay.
And Ulrich helped him try to like get it to calm down, like try to comfort it. He didn't do so well on his animal handling, but he's not hostile right now.
It's at least neutral.
That's good.
When we finished combat, I still had fly, so I flew back to the outpost, brought the dwarf druid back to here so that he can make this his domain, like his protected land, so he can become
Wait,
the
the one
druid of
that
the mountain.
was. Oh, that was a different dwarf druid, not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that he can make this his protected land. And we also took a long rest and then went to go off camera, slay the other drake that flew away because we found out where the slayer was.
He's talking about Drayden, the dwarf from Outpost 0, which you were just at before you came here.
Yeah, he was out last week for his birthday.
Right.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Happy
This
birthday.
is crazy.
So, Orin, will you
Big
be the voice of
number.
reason between the druid who wants to kill the last air drake and Tara who wants to save the last air drake?
You mean the cleric of fire?
I could.
Is- I thought the druid also wanted it dead.
No,
Because
dude.
he's like, I don't
That's
want it, like, attack. He was like,
I agree with you.
he's concerned that he has to fight with it for the lair. Or for
Well,
the domain, or
Okay,
whatever.
so the thing was Drayden is deathly afraid of air drakes, and he's very happy that the mama air drake is defeated,
And the daddy.
and the daddy, but he worries that your baby air drake is going to grow into a monster and eat him because it's going to very much like to live in its former home, his cave now.
Hey,
Um,
hey, Air Drake. Hey,
uh,
Air Drake. How do you feel about that cave there?
So in his grumpy dwarven way, he's just telling you, take it with you when you leave, bring it into the
Well,
jungle.
that was what I was planning. Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Is that something that we could do, Taro? Take it with us?
There's a wild animal.
I'm asking the creature if it wants to live in that cave.
Well, that's not.
The
really an
creature
option.
says, I do live in that cave.
Okay, well, we need you to live somewhere else now.
Other
It's a
cave?
baby!
Wow, that's
It's
really.
a baby!
Well, I'm not part of this conversation. This is a one-on-one conversation. I'm not hearing any of this, but that's about as
Yes, other
bad
caves.
a bedside manner as you
Oh
can
my god!
Okay, it says
What?
He's lost his-
you give him a chance for a roll on that.
it does know about some
You're
other
seeing
caves
the-
in the area.
You're
Oh
seeing
my
Yeah,
the
God.
end of frickin' of Ringsight's charisma and bedside and good nature helpfulness. He's already expended most of his helpful energy.
Nice.
Why don't you take the air drake to the air temple?
How far
Is
is,
it-
that?
I mean, it's not gonna be right now, but you can make that trip after we're done.
So I can
Okay.
participate in that conversation because that's out loud. It would be great to be venerated as a not quite a deity or a sorcerer king, but venerated as a being of air and the power of air, and that would be something that the clerics of the
Preserver of air.
cult might like, I guess. I don't know all these culty people. They're kind of. But
You
hey,
should
you have a good time.
You could preserve the air drakes.
I don't know if it's gonna be a
Mm.
good idea if they're gonna be
Okay,
around
all right.
people.
No, it wouldn't be around people. That's the funny part. It'll be at the air temple where all the ghosts are.
Oh,
Okay.
there's no one serving at the air temple.
Only the
Yeah,
wraiths of the
serving.
long dead priests from the forgotten religion of the winged elephant.
Okay, hang on. Sending spell. Hey, guy, main wraith man. How do you feel about me bringing an air drake there, baby air drake?
Delightful. Do you also bring artifacts of the winged elephant to empower the religion? And have you spread the word of our Lord and Savior?
I'm exceedingly good at that first one. I'm suffering a bit at the second.
Very good.
Have to
May the
make
world be
sure-
enfolded in the great ears and trunk of the winged elephant.
Well, he's about as useful as he usually is, I guess. And I had to burn another use of sending to respond because I wasn't thinking. This is not a good. Well, you know, I say it's not a good day for me. It's more like I keep messing up every positive aspect of my day.
Well, if I might help with the whole animal handling piece, can I do that?
Oh, Ulrig's already helped. She was successful. She had a 19.
Okay. All right. Well then, yeah.
But he didn't.
He rolled a
roll
7 and a
good.
6.
And I can't.
Okay.
Maybe you could roll and
Primarily.
Ulrig will assist you.
You can make your own roll.
This thing.
I'll make my
asked
own roll if I
me
may.
About a different cave. What happens if I say yes?
Sorry.
The what?
Say what?
I said it needs to move somewhere else, and it is like a different cave.
Yeah,
Where was it
it
going with
knows about the other cave. It could go to the other cave, but that's where one of its siblings just got cut into tiny bits.
By us.
Okay. I want to take you to a cave very, very far away underground with a bunch of untouchable people who can just like stab anything that tries to stab you.
Okay, it's used to this. It's been taken to several caves before, so it says, alright, other cave.
Okay. I had another question actually.
Can it fly still?
It can also turn invisible.
That is extremely useful. The main current problem I have is getting you fed.
Well, you just fed it some meat, so...
Yeah, but like, doesn't this thing like grow like a freaking xenomorph?
yes, it will gain a lot of weight. This thing probably is going to need to eat a rather large animal every day.
Good. Out in the ruins area, there's a lot of beasts out there to be eaten.
A lot of kanks, a lot of bandits.
There you go.
Although if it gets a taste for man flesh, it'll become a problem.
Or will it?
Yeah, it does sound a problem.
I have doubts about this. Rings on it.
You know, an invisible raiding mount to have to raid the.
I don't think you turn invisible though.
Oh, but I'm sure we can. That's a small problem to address.
I made the joke last week that you're like Wonder Woman in her invisible jet, where it just looks like you're sitting and flying through the air because you're riding an air drake.
Oh my gosh, that would be perfect. Yeah. I know what? I might just want to keep it like that, actually, just for that hilarity.
Yep.
But you know, just one person sitting on with nothing, raiding the merchant houses.
I'm just gonna explain this. I'm gonna explain a few important things to it. All right.
Okay.
It's a child, so I'm gonna have to keep this simple. We're on a mission to make sure the world doesn't end and get absorbed by a bunch of evil bad guys. And I want you to help us do this. In order to do this, I will give you food and shelter, and you can eat various things that needed to be eaten.
Okay, it only understood the very end of that, but it agrees.
Okay.
It said, I
There's
get food?
one rule.
No.
There's
Right, no.
one main rule, okay?
It's like
You
you've offered a
cannot-
dog food, and it nods its head. Yes, food? Food, yes.
You cannot eat certain things.
Okay, it's just gonna cock its head to the side.
How
That's
do you
German
explain
Shepherd.
reality to
And then
baby
it thinks about a time that it tried to bite one of the trees, and then it nods its head. Can only eat meaty things.
dog? No. Okay, well, yes. Stop. Not that either. There are some beings who are like extended siblings who you shouldn't be eating.
Okay, it nods and
They
thinks
don't
about
look
its
like-
siblings. What it's thinking about is not any of the party.
Okay. Would you eat me? The answer is no. That is the correct answer.
Okay, you're saying don't eat me.
There's a bunch of other
eat
people
almond?
like me who you also don't eat.
Eat birdie?
Okay, so you're communicating don't eat the humanoids.
Eat
Yes.
birdie? Eat almond?
Unless given specific permission, don't eat the humanoids and the animals that they like keep near them.
Okay.
What do I
Anything
eat?
else is allowed generally.
What I eat?
What?
No animals?
What
No,
horse?
no animals? No people? What I eat?
The meaty animals for sure, but not the animals with the people.
Yes.
All
I
right.
imagine that the forest is teeming with life compared to the deserts. It wouldn't be that hard for us to bring something down and give it some extra meat here.
I guess it's a baby creature. The main obstacle is I can't bring it to the desert because there's nothing in the desert. But
Oh, this
There
is
is
gonna be
stuff in the
fun.
desert.
willing to keep-
This is gonna be fun. I roll an int save whenever it needs to try to interpret some stuff you're saying to it, and it has a -2 on every roll. This is gonna be great.
Okay. Explain back to me what I just told you, baby Drake.
All right. Well, I just rolled a 10, which is a pretty average roll. So it understood that it can eat, but it probably shouldn't eat you.
Was that it?
Yeah, that's the gist of it. Don't eat things like you.
Okay. Don't
boy.
eat things that walk on two legs or that live near the things that walk on two legs.
This is sort of an object permanence thing. Like its awareness is like self and thing that it sees in front of it. So it's just interpreting what you're saying as like thing like you, like what it sees in front of it.
For frick's sake. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch this thing for a while longer. You're coming with me.
You're gonna have to give an example of a specific type of animal it can eat.
Okay. Let's do it like that. That's a good idea.
Like you're gonna point to a
Nothing
cake and
around
say,
here
"You
right
eat
now,
cake."
right?
So far, its diet has been adventurers and Kier.
There you go. See?
Okay. I can't use negative examples. I have to give positive ones. Okay.
So you've told it eating the adventurers is bad. So now it thinks, okay, just eat Kier instead.
What are Kier? What?
Kier
Those
are
like six-legged goat things.
these creatures.
Do the halflings raise them?
That.
Like an animal husbandry thing?
I don't think you can domesticate Kier, can you?
They're like tigers. You can keep a tiger as a pet, but it's dangerous.
Okay.
If it tried to hunt that thing, would it just die instantly?
If
No.
the air
This
drake did?
the air drake, even a juvenile air drake, could definitely kill a Kier. The air drake is
Okay,
probably CR 12, I want to say, and the Kier is CR 3.
I don't
Wait,
think
what-
in its
what
current
star is
state
this
though, it
one,
only has
right?
7 health. I don't think you should go kill it right now.
Not right now.
What CR is this creature before me?
Like a 12.
Like right now?
Well, it's badly wounded. You could defeat it in one hit, but if it healed up and had its full power, it would be like a CR 12, yeah.
That's why we're like, oh, why are you keeping it alive?
I am
Oh, well.
extremely more frightened of this thing than I was initially.
This
We're
thing,
just like, I mean, you're gonna make it a pet. I hope. We'll see.
I'm just waiting.
these things are immensely physically powerful. They get quite huge, and they have immense magical power dealing with the elements, and they have immense
It's-
psychic power.
It's a CR12 right now, and it becomes what, a CR20?
23.
A CR23 when it grows up.
Huh.
Does this thing want anything besides food?
It's a very simple animal. They are extremely chaotic. They like to explore, and they like to hunt.
Invisibly hunt, by the way. They
Yeah.
hunt with greater invisibility.
They turn invisible, they fly around, they find things to eat, and they grab them, ambush predator style. And if they come up against something that's enough to hurt them, then they'll unleash all of their big power attacks to disable whatever they're up against.
Like a cloud ray. Oh, it could hunt cloud ray.
Needed.
Oh,
Oh, it could do that.
That's
Okay.
true.
oh,
The source
snap.
needed is just an extra way to make sure it doesn't murder me or someone else. I am one of the few people capable of just like, making him not die of like illness. So if he gets sick, I can undo that.
Oh man, I just thought about that. Yeah, that thing could hunt cloud ray in the desert. That's where the cloud ray are.
You'd probably want it
Hey,
to get a
now
bit
you're-
bigger
now
before.
Now you're on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cloud-
yeah.
a
of
cloud
course.
ray would kick its ass.
Right now, I meant, but when it becomes CR23.
Now you're on board the Drake plan, the Drake Express.
It's actually immune to the lightning damage that cloud rays do, so maybe it wouldn't be too bad. The physical attack is still brutal.
Yeah. The teleport, you mean?
Yeah, it can teleport too. The cloud ray's got a serious bite.
Yeah. But anyways,
Cheers
yeah.
can fly, holy shit.
Cheers can
Skylar,
fly.
How many attunement items do you have?
Yeah. Oh wait, I
Hey.
can't even change into a cure. It's a monstrosity, not a beast.
I think he's filled up
Oh
already.
wait, no, it says they are beasts.
He had to drop something last time so he could put on something else we gave him.
Rick.
Akira is a CR3 medium beast. Yeah, you can turn into it. Easy.
Oh, the wiki I'm looking at says it's large.
They can get large. There's medium ones though. The book I'm looking in says it's medium
Can you
size.
move over to the baby one? I can't
Okay.
see it from where the camera is.
Oh, this large one's CR6. What's the CR3 one?
Okay, so this is your large drake. and this is a medium Kier. Like, you find numerous Kier that have been driven out of the forest ridge into this mountainous environment. They're not native to here, but it's what it's been eating recently. Huh?
Is that the baby drake?
Yes, the baby drake is a large creature. It's like as big as a horse.
Jesus Christ. I don't know how the air elemental managed to pick this thing up.
Large
Which one a
creatures
large
can move
creature?
large creatures. Air elementals are large.
Is it? Wait, they are?
I think
They
it's
are.
got to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
2 sizes bigger before you can't move it, right?
Yeah.
Because you get disadvantage on if it's bigger than you. Something like
Okay,
that.
I'm gonna repeat what I just said. I am more terrified of this thing again.
Oh. You've already made it your friend now, man. You can't take it back. We just spent like 30 minutes talking about how it's your
This thing's
friend.
not the size of a dog, it's freaking size of Toothless.
We just said How to Train a Dragon. I said that. I said How to Train a Dragon.
Wasn't that the point? Your omen is the same size as it, at
Like,
least for now. Until it grows into adult form.
I'd say Omen's a bit smaller than this thing is.
Okay. I mean, roughly, they're large category size.
Peace is not always the
I
option.
never
But
use
right now it is. Great.
Anyway, enough dwelling on that. This thing can just... We're taking a long rest. This thing can heal up and then come with us for a while.
All right.
Go try and save Corvinard.
What do you think about this?
Ninja, can you post the Kiri stats in the chat or in the Discord?
Gear stats. Yeah, you got it. Give me
You're gonna have to make more
one
animal handling checks,
moment.
man. To make sure this thing says stays calm. And I don't know how he's gonna feel about all these halflings that are about to show up and start
What
carving
about-
up its mother.
Thrain, Thunderbeard, and Takana, they're Wind Clerics and Charvas.
And we're about to carve up this this mother again and get some more trophies off of it. I don't know how it's gonna feel about
Which-
us carrying around a
That's
bunch of
exactly
Say it that
a
way.
problem that I have
We're
about
about
the
to
whole
carve
thing.
up this mother. Why did you phrase it like that?
because we're
Well,
about to carve
because-
her up. for
Because that would be a problem for the kid. I mean, I always find stuff like this is pretty challenging. You know, even for animals. It's just like,
Holy fucking shit, what's going on?
yeah.
I'm just
How
gonna
long
bring
would it take to
somewhere. I'm
fly
gonna-
that
wait.
place?
Disconnect? I posted the picture for you, Lon.
Okay, thank you.
How long would it take to fly through the tip of the winged air elephant?
Oh, a long time. It's very far away.
Yeah, I'm a bit dubious about this whole thing. Like, we took out its mom. How cool is it gonna be with actually taking care of you?
I mean, its mom also didn't give a hoot when it died, and
It
I
did.
also told it that, which
It
wasn't
was
my
under-
best move.
Because it was under attack.
No, not even that. It was just like, oh well, I can make more. On to killing you lot.
So this is an unaligned animal, and it made a roll that was favorable, so it's got a somewhat neutral reaction right now. It can be communicated with, and it's been fed, and it's not under attack, and it's healing, so it's not in as much pain. So it's calm for now.
Okay.
You know, Ringside, I'm starting to believe in what you think. I think you really should give it your all with this creature. Why don't you put your hand in his mouth?
I have a better
Why are
idea
you-
what yours
why are
is.
you goading him?
I'll have faith.
That was a damage roll from Ninja.
No, it wasn't. He healed some more during the long rest, so he's got a total of 35 hit points now.
You know what? He's gonna be fine. I need to help Omen. Omen's dying.
Omen's got 8
Omen
damage.
can have a full-
He rested. He used all his hit dice. He's healed up.
How much?
He still has 8.
All the way.
Still has 8 damage. He was critically wounded by the terrible 60-foot fall. Landed right on his face. Knocked out. Well, almost knocked out. He had 1 hit point left. But now, after a long rest, he's pretty good.
He did.
He's a little bit bruised up, but after the long rest, he's in good shape.
I marked off some health, but that might just be me being forgetful.
I was tracking it every time I applied some damage or did an effect on him. I was putting it on his figurine, right?
Alright, fair enough.
And then I detracted some of the damage after he healed. Rolled some dice for him. So I was handling all that. He's in reasonably good shape, but he's still got bruises from the previous day and feels a little sore, probably.
So we're off to the Forest Ridge.
Caspar says, the Forest Ridge, huh? You really want to go out there? You're going to need a guide.
You care to join us?
What I'm saying is you should take me as your guide, and we should take the halflings.
We just fed
Wait.
a whole bunch of halflings. Maybe they can show us the way.
I can talk to the halflings on your behalf. I've dealt with
Take
them.
me to your leader.
I've dealt with the halflings for many years. I know how these little
Where are we going?
I know how these little forest dwellers think. I know how they act. I know a little bit about their cultural ways. Twisted as they might be, but you're gonna need my help, and we're gonna need their help if you're gonna go through their territory.
Where are we going?
You said you were looking for somebody, right?
No, I meant like, are we going straight to where Korganar was last spotted, or like what? Out of character.
Last week
Or-
in Outpost Zero, you guys learned a direction, south.
All right. Okay.
The Halfling capital is somewhere in the Forest Ridge, south of where you're at here at Outpost Zero. And
So,
Caspar says you're gonna have a hard time getting through the jungle without a guide to show you the trails, and that's me. And we're gonna have a hard time getting past the Halflings without their help. So
Which we just made friends with all these halflings because we gave them two giant drakes worth of meat and a baby drake worth of meat. Well, 2 baby drakes worth of meat.
all right, so back at Outpost Zero, Caspar is going to gather up 10 halflings, the Halfling Rangers, led by a halfling named Dede.
I love that.
All right, so
Ranger.
Dede and the other 9 halfling rangers are going to accompany Caspar, and he chitters at them in their halfling language. And let's see, what does it say here? There's a thing I have to
Are they
read.
reacting? Are they reacting to the giant monster?
They are hunters, and they will stay at a distance and hold their weapons at the ready. Many of them remain hidden. They're good at hiding in the terrain. Okay, so it says here, a squad of dirty halflings cross the dusty ground accompanied by Caspar. They approach and poke each of you in the stomach with their 4 fingers. Caspar will explain it's a halfling greeting. It means, have you eaten well? We don't need supplies for the halflings. They take their food and water where they find it.
We gave them a bunch of air drake meat.
Right.
So, yeah.
But I mean, while
we're
they
all
travel,
using the same
they don't
things.
carry. Look at them; they don't carry a lot of meat on them. And scrawny little bodies. They take food where they can find it.
Oh,
I understand you come from the desert, and in the desert, there's few and far between where you find food sources. But in the jungle, the halflings, they have to walk 10 feet to find a tree that's got something growing on it they can eat, or an animal they can hunt. So they take it wherever they can find it. They'll gladly eat the meat because it's rare and difficult to kill one of these, and it's impressive to them that you've killed it. But in the jungle, they'll take care of it themselves. They'll find their food, they'll find their water. We don't have to supply anything for them.
Can they help feed this guy?
I don't know. That thing would probably eat a lot. But, the halflings, I talked to them. They think they know where to find this Thinkmaker, the leader of the halflings. Respected leader among the halflings. Must be the one that you're seeking.
Yes.
As long as we don't run into any renegade clans, these halflings should ensure that we don't get eaten by any of the tribes out there. Of course, there's no guarantees that these fellows won't turn on us, he says in hushed tones when they're not listening.
I love the voice. Hi, Chicago.
Yeah, I appreciate the voice.
I love
So
it.
is he accusing us of like betraying them or something?
No.
No, he's saying to watch out for the halflings turning on us.
Can I get a update? I'm looking at. I pulled up the map, the blown up version. We're on the Forest Ridge, but we're still pretty close to the Ringing Mountains, or are we closer to?
If you look at where Tyr is, and then you go north of Tyr into the Ringing Mountains until you hit the Forest Ridge, that's sort of like the border between the Forest Ridge and the Ringing Mountains is where Outpost 0 is. And then from there you're going to follow that edge until you get to a more southern part of the Forest Ridge, where the Halfling City is.
I want to ask the halfling boss a question.
Day? Sure.
May I perform a ritual of intense scrying on him?
Day says, that's very impolite. But he says it in Halfling, and are you communicating telepathically with him?
Sure, yes.
Alright, so it's very impolite to go into people's minds deeply, so definitely not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
I just want to know if he's planning on stabbing us later, and I just want to check.
He shrugs.
That is perfect.
You become Warren's best friend?
This is not... This has not enhanced my confidence in this situation. But okay.
Sometimes you
is
gotta
there
take a
way
risk.
to make it more likely that you don't?
Yeah. While we're staying in the city, I think I might keep watch the whole night through and take a level of exhaustion for it.
Is there any way that you won't do that? Is there a way to make sure that you will you accept bribes to not betray us or something?
The Halfling thinks about it for a minute and says, you offer gift? Gift for Day? What have you got? Stranger? Tall one, what do you bring to Day?
Do you want to know interesting things from across the world or something like that?
Oh yes, Day is a storyteller. Tell Day all of your stories.
Okay.
If we tell you a story every day, will you not kill us?
Day thinks about it. And then after a moment of thought, like a long pause, like a very long pause, Day nods again.
The old Sherazade trick.
Day's like a bard.
What did you just
Day like a bard.
Have a bard, yeah.
Shares stories among his people. So if you can provide Day with a lot of interesting stories. Day's very curious about your strange ways, you weird southerners. You weird, tall southerners. A very unusual sight among the halflings.
I'm gonna tell. Hey, I lost my trick. Hey, hang on. For frick's sake, the quality's gone to crap. There it is. Okay, now I can frickin' express my thoughts. Hey, see ya.
Not here. Okay, Soul is... His character is here.
You can share that information with us, and I can engage with Day.
Soul is mourning that his ride has died, and has since been skinned. He says, "Oh, it was so cool when I had that thing to ride around. I wish I could animate another one of those."
What?
And then he looks over at your pet, and sort of strokes his chin and says, You know, when that thing dies, I could animate it.
Not dignifying that with a reply.
Well, I will tell if we get to the point where we are. So Dede cannot understand common, right?
No. He only speaks halfling and very, very broken common. Like, he knows, like, a handful of common words.
Offensively bad common.
Bombastic side eye. I don't know any of their languages, so once you tell us that Dede wants to hear stories about our travels, I will tell him of the time when we went to the farthest most east point we can in the land, and then some. We went. There is notion of silt, where instead of ground you have watery sand, and you can sink into it and die. But there were giants many times taller and larger than us, who some hurt us, but some helped us. And we went over into a piece of land that was belching fire. And the land was tormented by foul magics. And we laid those magics to rest.
And an old man's grief.
And an old man's grief. A family
And we
reunited.
met a retardedly brain damaged person.
Oh my gosh. No, we made him.
He
No,
made
he-
himself.
He came that way on the trip.
He
And you
became
get
that
to
way
fix
from a
it.
bow. Yeah. A bowstring that slapped his eye.
I feel like we're, I feel
Okay.
like
There was-
we're bickering close.
There
So-
are some dwarves, people of a stature like yourself, but who work in mines and getting obsidian, a rock that looks a bit like
Sky
this.
will.
Oh, they've
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
Drayden. They know dwarves.
Sky.
Oh,
Sky
stop.
will.
Yes, go ahead.
You know how you just said of a stature quite like yours?
Okay. I try
That's
to
going
find.
in the book.
That's going in the book. Well, that might not be. I'll tell you what. What is my charisma? 10? Yeah. Okay. I might put my foot in my mouth on occasion here.
That was more of a joke.
The halflings
Oh,
enjoy your
actually,
stories. They enjoy them a lot. They're going to introduce themselves, each one of them. Dede will introduce Entok, Derlin, Pawk, Tanuka, Cirque, Nock, Basha, Drasu, and Low-Key.
I had a student named Basha once.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
imagine that. So Dede and these are the other competent rangers that can move quickly through the forest ridge.
Oh, right. I was going to ask them specifically because they're rangers. What is their religion?
They'll explain that their religion is very complex. It has to do with their religious leaders that are powerful psionicists and druids, usually a combination of the two. They're usually preservers of nature that try to ensure that the balance of nature is maintained, that the environment is not harmed in any way. They really despise the defilers, the sorcerer kings in many cases, and they think of their place as a paradise that is normally safe from the problems of the rest of the world. Although paradise is kind of a stretch. Most people from outside of the Forest Ridge would consider it a kind of nightmare jungle full of horrible things that want to eat you.
If we're able to hear that, I want to agree that their job is important in protecting their land and the forest.
Yeah, well, it's like
Preserving.
their religion is nature. They love the natural world and the spirits of nature. They probably think a lot about like the animal spirits, the spirit of each kind of animal and plant. That's sort of the religion thing.
And I try to applaud that and, hear, hold up a glass. I don't know if they do toasts or not, but that's what Orin tries to do.
All right.
Don't these guys have like a, besides the cannibal thing, don't they have a negative reputation?
Yes, yes, they do.
Yeah, I'm trying to ignore that part.
I'm trying to. I want to ask why that is, because it feels like. Okay, well, you did express that you were willing to betray us before we gave you stories, so I can kind of see, but like, why?
Well, if I can interject, I'm sure that they don't see us very often, people like us, and that is, it's natural to fear the unknown. I mean, they don't know if we're going to do bad things to them.
I guess I've just never had that, being able to look into people's brains if I wanted to, so I guess there's that. Also, I travel all over the world, so it's kind of weird.
They see you guys as strange animals. Like, you'll get that impression from the psychic connection.
That we're not actually people,
That
but
is
animals.
Yeah, they don't
That
see you
is
as
not-
people. They see you as like weird alien animals.
Gotcha. All right.
That is not a positive interpretation. Well, I mean, I guess if they revered the nature spirits, that's not the worst interpretation.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
We're just the alien nature spirits.
I'll tell you what. I feel a little bit more trusting to the point where I'm actually might sleep tonight after all this.
You weren't before. Huh?
I wasn't gonna sleep. I was gonna go ahead and take a level of exhaustion.
Alright. One last thing before we actually gotta move on. The mandatory proselytization about the winged elephant.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna try to get them in on
Oh,
the wind
buddy.
element. Interesting.
Yes.
Make your roll.
I
Let's see.
I wasn't. Oh, okay. What roll is this?
Probably a religion check, I guess. You could try a persuasion if you like.
Oh. I forgot I had the lucky ability. Wait, oh, I can use persuasion? I forgot that's where I put literally all my effort. That's a total of 25.
All right. Yeah, they love the wind. What are you talking about? Wind is great. They're all about it. You don't even have to.
Hooray, we're-
You don't even have to try.
I actually do also want to ask them if they have dealt with people from over the mountains trading, bartering.
We trade with Outpost Zero.
Okay.
Although it's always recently. We came from far.
Oh? You didn't always live here?
Oh no. Lived on northwest edge of Forest Ridge. Driven far to southeast.
Driven by what?
Mad Mantis Men.
Oh no. We must travel through their
Yeah,
land.
We're here to stop that from happening.
They'll explain through Ringsight that they've been displaced by the migration of the Thri-kreen. They were previously underfed and a little bit bedraggled by having to flee their homeland and look for safer parts of the forest down south. Although the forest is being hunted bare by the halflings, all of them occupying this sliver of the edge of the southern part of the forest is kind of gobbling up all the local wildlife.
Well, I imagine that's something that I wouldn't recognize right away unless there was a druid or a ranger in the group. And I wouldn't hold that, to them, saying, hey, you're not being good preservers or something. But we have I think I counted 6 people. 6 halflings are coming with us to take us northwest.
10.
10.
10 halflings. Day and his 10 or 9 friends. Yeah. 10 halfling rangers that can navigate all the way to the halfling city.
Okay. Well, we'll help you take it back if you want.
All right, so you guys are traveling. You can make those travel decisions now. So, like, what's your travel pace gonna be? You should probably consume a day's rations so that you don't have any debilitating effects. You might have had to. You're still in the mountains, so if you don't want a level of exhaustion, you're probably going to have to roll a Constitution save against that. While you're hiking.
Are we going down the mountain?
No, you're
We're off the mountain already.
You're at like 20,000 feet on a jungle plateau.
Oh wow.
20,000 feet.
Yeah. So
that air is.
So the way it works, there's like a whole mechanic for altitude sickness, and you have to make a DC 17 Constitution save. Otherwise, you take on a level of exhaustion that you cannot get rid of. By normal means. You can get rid of it by magical means during a short rest.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that you asked us to make that roll. I'll do that right now.
Yes, everybody has to make a con save. The air is thin, and you're traveling for many hours.
So we're like in Colorado. We're like in the Rocky Mountains.
Yes, you're at extreme elevation.
Yeah.
Control winds.
So that's good for an hour, and you can use it during a short rest to get rid of the status effect, the unremovable exhaustion. But it's not going to help you during your, like, 10 hours of traveling today. So during that 10 hours, you have to make this con save.
Well, I got a 4, so much for that.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. So you pick up the level of exhaustion. So you're definitely going to want to do that thing.
That thing?
Yeah, so probably like at the end of your 10 hours of traveling today, you'd want to cast the spell and take the rest so that you can get rid of that level of exhaustion.
Yeah.
However, it's 17.
24.
All right.
Well, what's his name? But she has what you need.
That's clearly a 10, but I'll take the 20.
19.
Cass gets a 19 as well.
Ulrich and Doris Pass.
I have a question.
Yeah.
This elemental warding cloak passively ignore harsh weather conditions like sandstorm and cold weather. Will that assist me here?
Not against the altitude, but it will assist you against the cold. This place gets very cold at night, and there's always a couple inches of snow.
Gotcha.
At night, Ulrich and I will bundle up.
Nice.
Under Mr. Blanky.
I'm trying to think of what time of day are you traveling? Are you traveling during the day this time?
Yeah, because it's weird. We're not used to that being.
You guys rested.
So nice
You guys rested, and then it was nighttime, and then there was the battle, and then you rested again, and now it's daytime, I think.
Sure.
So one of the rare occasions where you're traveling by day, and the halflings wanted to travel by day anyway. They don't like to travel at night. They'll say that all of these really big super predators come out at night, and they stalk the trees during the night. You have to be really careful. They'll usually burrow down. The halflings will go to ground in their little burrows and in the roots, and they'll hunker down for the night because it's hard to see the predators coming if you can't spot them easily like you can during the day. I have to
Ask
read
them
this
about
thing
what kind
here.
of super predators and stuff.
They'll explain that the monsters are like unimaginably horrifying, and they're like the stuff of nightmares. Just beasts straight out of your nightmares. The worst thing you could imagine.
Are they worse than air drakes?
They think about it for a second, and then after a pause, say no. Not worse than air
Oh,
drakes.
then we're fine. Then we're fine.
How big are the monsters?
Very huge, like the hugest monsters. But these are halflings saying it, so relative to a halfling, it might not be the same.
Yeah.
But bigger than an
Are,
air drake?
are they bigger than Taurus?
About the same size.
Oh,
Okay.
we're just like dismissive. Like, yeah.
Where are we on the map?
You guys are with the halflings traveling through the forest.
We're
And mostly
on it.
headed
Okay,
straight
is
north.
And you're,
Going
Are
back
the
to the
monsters
halfling city.
bigger than this?
no,
group
they're
here?
to the south. So you're traveling in a southward and a little bit west to stay out of
West?
the mountains.
Okay, I misunderstood that.
Yeah, Halfling City is south.
Are the monsters?
They're
bigger than
large
this group?
size.
Nightmare beasts. They're pretty dangerous.
Yo, my ping is good now. What'd you do, Chris?
The other thing to worry about is sloths. Have you ever seen a sloth? Terrifying.
It sounds delicious.
Like a prehistoric sloth, those are kind of large.
Yeah. Extremely dangerous, those things. Terrifying
So
hunters.
we're right here.
You're on that map with the halflings.
I'm saying we're right
Never
here.
heard of a sloth before.
Yeah, be where you want to be.
I'm
I put the halflings on there. Do you see them?
talking about the world map in the corner.
Oh, where? What are you talking about?
Saying we're
Where
over
did
here.
all our
this is
characters
Remnant's
go?
Valley.
Okay, you traveled from Tyr, you went through the Ringing Mountains, so you're...
This is Vesperandi's Valley right here.
Who has the green pencil right now?
Me.
Oh, okay.
Wait, let me erase that. Put it in pen mode.
I can't interact with any of this shit. What's
This
going
is
on here?
Vesperandi's Valley, right here.
Okay.
This is where Camp
These 5-foot squares.
Outpost 0, somewhere right here. It's Outpost 0.
Yeah, maybe now
Right.
I'm the one with the lag.
Are these 5-foot squares?
Write it as he says it. So I'm good with his.
My game is frozen. Is the game frozen for anyone else?
No, not for me.
No.
And you're at 70 ping.
Are the squares normal 5-foot squares? Are they 10-foot?
Yeah, look at the map in the very corner over here. Of the map, of the table.
It's not letting me draw or ping anything on this map, but there's a little city in the southwest of where you're at. And that's where you're headed.
You seem to be doing something. There's a man that goes across the way.
That's me. So, over here, on the map, I marked it in green. X is where Outpost 0 is, roughly. So we're going north or south or to the west in the Forest Ridge?
You're going southwest through the forest.
Okay. Back down towards Tyr. Or south towards Tyr, but
in the forest route.
As the party enters the forest, the narrowness of the trail will require the group to travel in single file. 3 halflings will lead the group, 3 will trail behind, and a pair will move through the forest on both flanks. Each halfling carries a short bow, a bone dagger, and a spear. Any non-halfling among the party, that's pretty much everyone, who steps off the trail will suffer a penalty. Alright, so you basically have to squeeze if you go off this very narrow trail that you're on. The halflings can move through it without difficulty, but any like medium or larger creatures moving into the dense brush will be like squeezing and disadvantaged and having a hard time moving through it.
Like a jungle.
Jungle, rough terrain, that sort of thing. So you're pretty much forced to stay on that line that you can see on the map there, otherwise you get some difficulty. Okay, so you travel for 10 hours. Did you guys want to move at a fast pace? Are you in a rush, or do you want to move at a normal pace or a slow pace where you can be more cautious?
Cautious.
I figure a normal pace. I don't want to do fast, but I kind of figured we'd do long, except for the fact that we can't do a forced march because we've got no breath. You know, I keep wheezing in the cold air, in the thin air up here. But if we can make a forced march, I would try to, but obviously I can't do that anymore. So, normal pace, normal day's march.
Okay.
That's what I'm voting for.
All right. So during your day, did you guys do any like travel activities? Like you can hunt and forage, you can draw a map, you can keep watch to even further reduce the chance of being attacked by creatures. You can sneak. That's a good one for a rogue. You use stealth so you can be hidden if you get ambushed. Caspar, what he's going to do is tracking. There's also a trailblazing option, but you don't need to do it on the trail.
I'm going to want to sneak and use my stealth instead of my perception.
I'm going to keep watch.
How thick is the canopy?
24 perception.
That's good.
Ninja, how thick is the canopy, the tree canopy?
Very thick. You can barely see the sky.
Is it possible for me to get up in the trees and jump from tree to tree?
Sure. Why not? So, the way I kind of thought about this is, I know you guys have a lot of ways to fly, and you've got a flying carpet, but the halflings they want to move on the ground. They like to follow the trail. Now, you could fly on the carpet, but it's impossible to see anything on the ground while you're on the carpet above the canopy of the trees, and it's almost impossible to fly on the carpet when you're below the canopy moving through the trees on the trail. So you have to pretty much choose to either walk or fly up above it, and if you're flying up above it, there's no way at all that you will ever see any halfling buildings or halflings. They will remain 100% invisible to you above the canopy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because if I'm in the trees, I can jump. I'll use my ring of jumping and jump from tree to tree all nimbly bimbly.
But keep in mind that gives you probably advantage to perceive things that are in the sky and in the distance, but you would have no way to see anything that's below the canopy. You'd be effectively blind to the party, but maybe you could hear them.
Well, he could. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's levels to the altitude that he's at. I mean, if he chose lower hanging branches, he could see, maybe the ground. But the other problem is that I'm guessing that's kind of loud, like slamming into different trees and landing on them as they bend and bow under his weight.
Yeah,
that would probably be.
I'm just saying, when he's playing ninja, jumping from branch to branch, he will occasionally lose sight of the party down and below, obscured by trees and things.
So how is
It won't be Naruto jumping from trees.
I was gonna say, how is Omen gonna follow us, and the air drake gonna follow us on the ground?
They can walk.
Okay.
Not fast, but they
Does
can
the air
walk.
drake know not to eat the halflings?
I'll check.
They're humanoids.
Excellent. Wait, that means you're not eating them, yes?
Right.
Okay. Also, don't eat Omen.
It sounded like a question.
Omen's speed is 20 on the ground. That's going to slow you down a bit.
Do we have to bring Omen, Taro?
Omen
He's
can
at
ride
the
the flying
outpost.
carpet.
The
No, the flying
flying
carpet,
carpet
has to be
can't
stowed
fly.
away.
Omen has keen sight. He has advantage on perception checks that rely on sight.
Omen is a large creature, right?
Yeah, I suppose he could follow
Yes.
you flying above the canopy.
Then he can do that.
Alright, so he can keep up by staying up above the canopy and following. He just might not be immediately
He also
available.
has life- He also has life sense.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Well, there you go.
Alright, so you travel many, many hours, and then the sun begins to
So-
dip below the horizon. You become exhausted by your long travels. At night, the halflings will set watch in a circle about 20 feet off the trail. The density of the forest prevents visual contact, but the halflings communicate through a complex series of hoots and shrieks. And they'll tell you they will wake the party if there's any trouble, and allow you to be aware if there's danger. But they think they'll probably be alright, as long as you keep a low profile. Don't start a giant fire or anything like that.
I will.
Well, I'll look at
through our
Grimlord.
telepathy, our group telepathy. I will say that originally I did not trust our little friends, but I think that if they wanted us dead, they would have done so already. I'm going to actually go to sleep.
Alright.
I'll keep a watch, but I'll get an actual sleep tonight.
Kaspar here, he says, he suggests that you stay within the circle to avoid being taken by surprise. He says that he's going to stay awake and take a first watch, and he suggests that one of you stay awake and keep a second watch in case the halflings turn on us. And he says that, like, real low, real quiet, so none of them hear. Well, he just wants to let you guys know that he doesn't trust the halflings, and even though we need him, he thinks that they could turn on us at any moment.
I'll keep a watch. Ulrich will keep a
Well,
watch.
that's pretty scary for me.
You
I'll
you
take a
took
watch,
the whole
too.
watch. Yeah, so that's 4 of us taking watch.
Okay. All right.
That's a
I'm just so
rotation right there.
exhausted by being out of breath and wheezing.
Yeah, Ulrich and I aren't exhausted at all.
All right. So that night, Kaspar awakens you and says, "All right, it's your watch. I'm exhausted. I'm going to lay down." And he curls up in his bedroll.
Alright, I rolled a 14 for the second watch.
All right, 14 for your second watch. The forest is absolutely crawling with insects. Huge insects. You see them everywhere. They're drawing your attention constantly. You can hear them chewing at the plants and moving in a line. Very, very large ants. Just moving in a line somewhere, crisscrossing the jungle off in the distance. They don't bother the party, and they haven't explored over into this area, but you can just hear the constant movement of these like large nocturnal bugs. And all throughout the day while traveling, you could hear buzzing overhead. Anybody moving up high, like if you go up into a tree to look around or hop among the branches, like Tora suggested, you will see humongous hornets, just like the biggest wasps. They're called wezzers. And they're very common here. These enormous wasps that have these huge hives in the very large trees.
What's their CR?
I think their CR is like a 2 or something, 1 or 2.
Pay
Yep.
attention, Druid.
But basically, they're moving high above the canopy. They almost never come down below the tree line, and so you can hear their buzzing all throughout the day. But they don't bother the party.
You hear that, Druid? Where did Druid go?
Yeah, there's some CR2 or lasers.
It does help paint a picture though of the sounds and sights that I see in the jungle.
Yeah, you're in
The
a
buzzing sound of summer.
in a rainforest, just thriving with insect life and plant life everywhere. And they've already mentioned the large predators, and there's game animals too, things that are being.
Bits of sunlight that barely make it through the canopy trees.
Oh yeah. I've got a ton of images.
here
Like
we are.
Krius provided several very good ones.
I saw.
Actually, not on this map. Hang on. Here,
In Discord.
I'm gonna move the
Meanwhile,
figurines
Here
for a
we are,
second.
accompanied by a Tyrannosaurus.
I've got a better map than this one.
I'd like to break out. Oh, sorry, it's not my turn yet.
Be back.
Give it a moment to load.
Pharaoh, your
Mhm.
TV in the background's pretty loud, man.
Well, it's not me.
And your mic.
This is the map. Krius provided some pretty cool images for this one.
Oh yeah. Where's
Uh-huh.
Pierce? Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
I draw them by hand.
Dude, man, you should be an artist.
I know.
And long, these are 10-foot squares. You have to be pretty small on this map. That's cool though, isn't it? It's like any direction you look, you just see off into the distance just an expanse of huge forest. Logs and plants along the ground, ferns and things, and thriving with bugs. And it's got the snowfall during the night. When you camp and rest, it's got a lot of snowfall, and you'll just wake up covered in snow. It melts pretty quickly, though, when you're getting ready to start the next morning.
Anything else we're gonna do, Lon?
Oh, this is nice. I like all the trees and stuff in there. That's cool.
Long, you're muted. It's your turn.
We have turns?
There, you got it. There it is.
Hmm.
Are we? Are we in combat? What do you mean it's my turn?
You're on watch. You're the only one awake right now.
Oh, are we doing? Are we on a second night?
No, this is still the first night.
Oh, I already rolled the first time. I guess I could take a second watch, whatever.
No.
Caspar had first watch, and then you rolled the...
Good.
So he's already rolled it, so it's done. He
I'm
didn't,
sorry, his
he didn't have to roll again.
It's mine. Oh.
He had a
No,
14.
mine.
I don't. Okay.
He had a 14, you must have missed it.
I didn't know they were doing anything else.
Nobody's done anything else yet.
So mine.
I guess I'll wake up on my watch and roll, right?
Well, it's mine. My watch.
I summoned the air elemental to keep watch.
That's a lot of people on watch.
19 for mine.
The air elemental doesn't have to sleep.
Long had detected some insects that were not threatening. That was what his role was.
Okay.
Everybody else detects the same thing. An uneventful night's watch.
Cool.
As you move from the bright light of the clearing to the mottled shadows of the forest floor, you're overcome by the energetic display of life beneath a canopy of trees. All around you, the unrelenting cycle of rebirth and decay sweats with a dank steaminess. Oh, that's some interesting word choice. Sounds surround you as the whole jungle seems to churn with corrupt excess. Towering conifers sway on their segmented trunks. Moss trails like tapestries from every surface. You've never seen anything quite so opulent nor quite so alien, because you're all used to desert environments. This many plants is, like, unreasonable. It's like something you'd never see.
I mean, humidity too is just feels uncomfortable on the skin.
All right. So you're traveling.
Is this more plant life than we've seen in the Gulg Forest when we were being... Wait, was that Gulg? When we were being hunted by the...
Oh, yeah. By a long shot. The Forest of Gulg is nothing compared to the Forest Ridge of the Halflings.
Ooh.
Wow.
Everything here is considerably bigger. Except for the Halflings, they're small.
I wonder what would happen if I used my plant growth magic here.
So again, after your night's rest, you pack up your stuff, you continue to travel. You're gonna be traveling for several days, says the Halflings. So during your second day of travel, do you guys want to do any of the travel activities? You can hunt.
Are there any good-looking fruits or anything to forage in the area?
For sure. You can forage almost anywhere here. If you'd like to make a survival check, I'll check it against the...
When we forge, can we find magical fruit?
No.
Like pre-enchanted?
Well, I mean, that's
27.
why I got some magical fruit off of the tree and
Really?
what to call it, but they were planted
Wasn't that-
by somebody.
Yeah, that wasn't in the wild. That was like specifically in like wasn't that
The one Nibonese wives.
Nibonese? Yeah, like royal fucking garden or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna find eight rations. So do with that as you will. It can be either water or it can be fruits.
Okay.
Cool.
That will feed us for today.
So somebody could keep watch. Somebody could try to draw a map. Somebody could be in stealth. Kaspar's making a tracking roll, like he did yesterday. Nat 20. He's so fucking good. Kaspar is the best ranger. Nat 20s all around. Is it the second Nat 20 he's had tonight? He's just killing it.
I'm not much for
What
writing.
is he
but
tracking?
Somebody who is good with writing and paper might be good with making a map.
Kaspar will tell you halflings, of course.
Halflings can write?
Oh, tracking has nothing to do with writing.
I have a psionic no direction.
It's basically just
That
looking.
might be still useful to take back to tier.
It's basically just looking for footprints and halfling trails. They know all the best trails around here. That's how I find all the trails I use.
I'm gonna do it like while we're walking. Every so often I'll take like a break and just look for clues on the which way Korganart might have went.
Doesn't work.
That's cool. So,
saving time doesn't work.
So there's no point
Of course.
in me using stealth and going ahead of the group, right? We need to be going after with Kaspar
with the halflings.
and the halflings, but I can't really be ahead of the group because I'm not going to know which way to go.
You're
If I
welcome. You're welcome to sneak, but I'm gonna say it's a bad idea to use the scouting option while traveling because yeah, you do want to stay within the circle of halflings. That's Caspar will explain. That's if you encounter halflings, you want to give the appearance that you are in the halfling group, and that you are not an enemy to be attacked or raided. They'll deal with us like another group of halflings as long as the other halflings think we're like slaves or something.
Gotcha.
I know slave.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna go ahead
Just
and
pretend.
try to forage
Sure.
a bit.
The forest is abundant. It's very easy to find a lot here.
Oh wow, 21.
I think you can also make like an alchemy check to try to find alchemy ingredients. That's another option here.
That's the highest I've rolled pretty much all night.
Okay, you can also find 8 rations out here. You just find an
Wow.
abundance of fruits and water to drink.
All right.
Hey guys, weird idea. How about not raiding people?
Telling that to the
Are you
halflings.
telling that to the halflings?
Yeah, I mean peace
Why
would be
would
great.
they listen to that? Though?
But in hard times, raiding happens. After being displaced from our villages, say the halflings, many have taken to raiding in the periphery of the forest ridge. It's probably a little more eloquent than it comes across. It sounds very eloquent in halfling, but the translation to common would be kind of crude.
It's just reclamation of the thing that we didn't own.
As you hike along the forest trail, the air is suddenly filled with the snap and whisper of halfling bowstrings. Amid a disorienting flurry of flashing claws, you see the halfling in the front and the rear guard position disappear. The beasts attack simultaneously at the front and rear of the line. Athasian sloths. Alright, so everybody put yourself in the middle of the map there, and I'm gonna spawn a few sloths.
Are they all dead?
Isn't there,
Did they?
Are these
isn't there a
significant?
freaking dinosaur with us?
There's a drake, a literal drake with us.
Looks like a frickin' beetle man.
Those are not sloths. Sloths do not stand on their hind legs and devour you in your sleep.
These ones do.
Flip them back.
It's a gene stealer.
It's like a turtle
That
alien
That's
predator
far
thing.
worse.
I love it.
I don't. It's bad. That's not good.
The Athasian sloth is a fast, cunning, and very bloodthirsty creature. A family of sloths can eat a whole halfling village in one night and is usually not afraid to try. The Athasian sloth is a large creature with brown fur. It usually has light tan and brown or light gray and green spots, making it easy for the sloth to blend in with the foliage of the forest ridge. They make no sound that anyone can hear. Despite this, they seem to communicate very well with each other, making well-coordinated attacks. They're territorial animals and defend their territory fiercely. A small forest may only have 1 or 2 families of Athasian sloths. They never attack one another, and if the parents are killed, the young sloths are likely to be adopted by the first adult sloths that they can find. Ooh. Caspar is telling you all about the sloth in the middle of combat.
David
Thank you,
Attenborough
David.
of
They weren't murdered.
but wait, it's very calm and collected. Like David Attenborough is narrating to us while we're being attacked by them.
Okay, so just for reference, the sloth at the back, he's got a stealth 23, which beats the passive perception of your heavy hitters like Morg and Grimoire. The sloth in the front of the pack, he had 20, which also just barely beat your passive. Somebody said they were on watch. So it was Oren? Or did you forage?
No, I was foraging instead this time.
I had the wind elemental on watch.
Oh man, I
All
can't
right.
do it.
Roll his perception.
Chris, I'm sending you something.
Nope. Unacceptable.
There. Okay.
That's an actual 4. I think he fails regardless of his bonuses.
All right. He's unaware.
I'll send you in Discord, Chris.
Well, I know that. Was that a new character?
That's Ulrig's new outfit.
Did the sloths just like one-shot the 6 halflings?
One of them.
The halfling at the front and the halfling at the back. They both just got snatched. The sloths ran up, grabbed them in their enormous gaping jaws, snatched them up, and then just ran off into the forest. Just poof. There one moment, gone the next. It happens just like that. So now we're going to roll initiative.
We need to upsize some of these halflings, I think.
I shrunk them down because they are small creatures, and these are large squares that you're supposed to fit into a corner
Well, then I guess
of.
Caspar needs to be shrunk a little bit.
Oh yeah, he's a giant-sized Caspar, so he's like that big.
All right.
Taurus and Ulrig are about right.
What? I'm the size of Taurus's boot.
I'm 14 feet tall.
You could make yourself a bit larger because you're supposed to fill 1/4 of a 10-foot square, and he can make himself a little bit smaller because his base is just.
Here's the character,
Small.
Joe. Just make sure you name it and save it.
Oh, where'd it go?
Technically, he's only like what, 14 feet tall.
This one? Oh, then that's the wrong one then.
Yeah, but that's
Looks
what
good.
it's
I like this.
Alright, hold on, I'll download the next one. That's okay.
All right, so the sloths run in, and they've got improved critical. They crit on a 19 or 20, and they just grab up those halflings, and they take off.
But it took off into the forest.
Into the forest. So I'm going to reset the initiative counter. I've got one for Caspar. I'm going to do one for sloths.
And my initiative was 8.
Joe, your initiative.
Oh, sorry.
I'll do one for Soul.
I'm lagging too much.
What have you got? I'll put it in.
Try to restart your game long or something. Like you're the
I have
only
a
one.
question.
I rolled a 14.
That's what it's on. It looks good.
Okay.
Is everybody good on the initiative?
Yep.
I got an 8.
There we go. Taurus.
Also, I have a question.
Yeah.
How might one adopt a murder sloth?
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't recommend
Oh my
it.
gosh.
Wouldn't recommend it. They're vicious.
Can I?
I'm gonna adopt
can't
every
transform into one,
creature
right?
I see after I kill their mom.
do we need to roll a new perception to see where they ran off into the trees?
They do have a stealth, so you're not quite sure of where they are. Currently don't see them. If you want to use that as your action, you can roll a perception and figure out where one of them went.
Okay. Perception.
Because they're too well hidden for your passive to spot them, so it would have to be an action.
Oh, that was a fail.
All right.
I don't see where it went. Do you guys know where they went? And I'll use a bonus action to. I'm gonna transform into an earth elemental as my bonus action.
Don't they have tremor sense?
Earth elemental, yes.
Would that help with finding them?
If they're nearby, yes. The tremor sense is 60 feet. Can I sense them nearby? Are they within 60 feet?
Yeah.
No, but stealth. That doesn't invalidate stealth, though. I don't think. I don't know. Just give a bonus, or how does that work?
They blend in. They have camouflage. That's why they're hard to see, and they don't make a lot of sound. But his tremor sense picks up the movement of their feet, and they did move across the ground at 30 feet. As long as they're touching the ground, tremor sense can detect them.
Okay.
So he's able to pinpoint their location. It's within 60 feet. They were only able to move 30.
Okay, and then I'll just point at them, I guess, with my interaction with both arms and say, like, in those general directions.
All right. Everybody has some idea where they're at, even if you can't see them.
All right,
that's my turn.
No, wait. What?
Oh, God, disconnect again.
Is it your turn?
Actually, Taurus was at the top of the initiative.
Who's the rock elemental?
Morg.
So I'll move to go start attacking.
Go for it.
Do I get to see where they went to?
Not yet. Do you want to make a
Just have to
perception
go
check?
there and see if you find them.
It all happened quite suddenly. Do you want to make a perception check to figure out where they went?
Can I ready an action to move if someone tells me what direction?
Hell yeah, you can.
Alright, I ready an action on both characters to move to the nearest one and attack.
You got it. All right. When Morg says what
I
he
already
says...
told you where they were.
Well, you did it out of order. It's not your turn yet.
Ah, okay.
We're already in action. So that's what you can do.
Okay. Krios, you're second on the docket.
Okay. What is the
Sounds like Sports Center or something. Something about the NBA draft.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure.
TV is the devil. That's reminded
Sarah, what happened with the NBA draft?
I don't pay attention to that. Ask my cousin.
Kobe.
Ask your cousin real quick. I'm asking you.
Give me the highlights.
Oh my god, it's 11:45 already?
Can you believe
Yeah,
it?
I was gonna try and make it through my turn and then call it.
I'm going to crush the Spirit Guardian.
Oh. Whirling fire guardians surround you and protect you.
Yeah, 15 feet around me. And the people that are, the people in this group are not affected by this. I cannot do a perception, but I didn't see them with my perception, my standard one of 19.
19 was not good enough to notice either of the sloths that just attacked you.
Okay, but I'm gonna cast this, so and that's using my concentration.
Yoink!
And they attack the halflings, huh? You said?
Oh yeah.
It's like fucking.
Alright, but I'm gonna get close to some of the halflings here, okay?
They made a successful sneak attack. One of them got a critical hit because they get improved critical, and those halflings were snatched right up.
Well, I'm getting close to these halflings over here because they seem to be targeted.
On a critical hit, they automatically grapple. And they get to roll 3 times damage instead of twice on a crit.
Cool. Well, they can try to get into our bubble here. And that's my turn.
All right. Will?
What I want to do is take a teleport dagger, throw it as far as I can see in the direction that Long pointed.
He hasn't pointed yet, so you have to ready an action to do so, but yeah.
Oh, I thought he.
Yeah, sorry, I did that out of turn. That was my bad. I didn't know
crap.
go turn order. And
Well, that changes
My
things.
bad.
In that case, what I'll be doing is.
Just ready in action.
No, well, no, I'm not gonna know that. What I would do instead was perception. So boom and boom and.
If you
hold
point,
on. It's not.
if you
it's not
point,
with
I'll
advantage.
attack.
Correct.
It's not with advantage. It's just I can't roll under a 16.
If you point at them, I'll go to where you tell me to go.
So it's a 16. That's not enough to see them.
You look around and all you can see is the jungle.
Yeah.
It's like the predator just attacked and they're in an invisibility cloak.
Right.
So, and what I said.
I heard what you said.
Oh no, I was gonna say what I said on my turn was where did they go, and then I ready my action to go whenever someone tells me which way they were.
Okay. Well, that was me. I tell you what, I'm gonna creep off in some direction, probably like the direction. Well, am I closer to the front or the back? It looks like kind of the back of the group, I guess. So I'll creep that way back onto. Is that the path? Oh, that's Grimorn. Hold on, where's me? Just have I so. There we are. No, that's Caspar. Me. Okay, so I'm gonna creep off this way, I guess, because that's the direction that I thought we were going. And get a stealth action in.
Okay.
Get a hide.
You hide over there by that a little bit of a
the
rise.
tree. Yeah.
That's sort of a slope here. It sends up to a higher plateau.
I'm envisioning like some kind of banyan tree or something like that with just big giant roots, because the halflings were hiding in between the roots.
Yeah, like this tree's got tons of them.
All right, I'm gonna just hide in one of those trees and try to get a good vantage point to look.
Okay.
So that's that, and that's my turn.
Yeah. All right. So then Long turns into an earth elemental, figures out where the thing is, points at them. Taurus.
He points towards the roots of the banyan tree over there. And I charge off. Not on my watch, you don't need my little friend.
All right. So you don't quite see it, but you just plow into the bushes and charge directly in between the two trees, and you can't help but run right into it.
Oh, look at that. I rage. And
You guys can run my character, right? For
All right.
Combat.
I actually already have your character sheet up from before you got
Okay.
here.
I only have 11 minutes left anyways.
Correct.
I worked out really hard, so I'll see you guys.
Good night.
All right, man.
Good night, Snow.
Good night.
I'm gonna swing on the sloth here.
Putting the halflings in their mouths.
Yeah.
It looks cute. They're just running away with the little halfling.
Does that give me a flanking?
Wait, what?
From the halfling
with the
that's
halfling?
grappled? No.
Oh, okay.
No such.
I'll recklessly attack then.
A grappled, critically hit, unconscious, bleeding to death halfling does not pose much of a threat to give you some
29 to hit?
Yeah, that connects. Armor class 15, actually. Pretty easy to hit.
Okay. First hit. Boom.
34 damage on the first hit.
Nice.
Second hit. Oh my god. 31 to hit.
Yeah.
Do you have improved critical?
No.
Uh,
And I'll throw a booming blade onto that because I haven't used one in a while. 26 damage.
All right.
So, 60 damage.
It survives.
Ulreg will run up beside me, and she'll swing. And is that a flanking?
No.
Okay. She's got a 28 to hit,
That hits.
and she hits for what's it? 2d8 plus 7. Uh-huh.
You do bludgeoning damage, right?
I do bludgeoning, yep. And she does slashing. Right. Yes, she does slashing. 16 for her. She gets double attack, right?
She's a fighter. She definitely attacks twice.
How long are you trying to speak?
hmm?
Oh, I thought you were trying to say something.
A 15? 15 connects, right?
Barely.
Ooh-wee.
I see. If you're trying to talk, you're muted, huh?
$20 damage. 16 and 20.
All right. She delivers the final blow and drops it.
Cool. Let's go. We kill this loss now. Save the little halfling, right?
It wasn't super obvious, but it failed a con save in there after the second hit that you delivered, which gave it severe bruising, which caused it to take an additional point of bludgeoning damage each time it was hit. It didn't really factor into it much, but yeah, it got blasted by that. You broke its carapace apart.
Is the halfling still alive?
The halfling was bitten clean in half. And his lower half was
No!
half digested.
What?
What? A half halfling?
Fucking Attack on Titans, though.
When a sloth bites you and it does a critical hit, it does 21 damage.
That's not that much.
Well, now we're just stuck with like a half halfling.
And
yeah, but quarterly.
I mean, you say that, but guess how many hit points a halfling has?
21.
Yeah, exactly 21.
There you go.
Oh.
Which means that
Of course,
halfling was
wait.
bit for his entirety of his hit points.
It only has 10.5 now.
There you go, Chris.
Do halflings have like half as many hit dice as a normal sized human because they're small?
He's a third level ranger, so he has 3d10 plus 6 because he has a con of 14, and that averages out to 21 hit points.
Can you say
Okay.
something, Joe?
I thought they have like half
Except you're-
hit points, like
Shut
the half giant has double the amount of hit points that we do.
All things
Okay.
considered, a 14 con on a ranger, that's, I mean,
Just
it's
send me the link, not the file.
not bad. 21 hit points,
Oh.
level 3.
Like, now you just
I didn't
send me
realize there
the
were only
file.
level 3 rangers.
Yeah.
Do you really want me to bring all those?
Itty bitty halfwings.
Yeah, they're different. Different ones.
Little baby characters that die in like one bite.
They're different states.
As an interaction, my arm pointing in that direction will just like drop as I no longer sense the tremors in that direction.
Yep. poor Derlin. You only knew him for 5 minutes.
I'm still pointing over there. But it's the sloth's turn.
Oh yeah, the sloth is going to.
Oh, I think 2 and 3 are the exact same.
Just send me the links that way I can. Like I gotta rename some of them.
The sloth is going to swallow the
I don't have a
halfling,
link for 'em.
and then he's going to do a standing leap. His long jump is 30 feet, and its speed is 40. And its high jump is 15 feet. So it runs 40 feet into the forest.
Want me to just load them myself? Would be easier.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
But it's also going to jump up into the trees.
I gotta unzip every one of them.
So I sent it to you. I thought you were really good at
I
this.
drop my arm as it disappears from my tremor sense.
I got 77 credits on Hero Forge.
What is this? 3 and 4, yeah, we have the same one.
That's a good standing leap. 15 feet up into a tree after munching down on that halfling. The halfling lets out a gurgled little scream and then ceases to speak. Caspar turns in the direction that the sloth was in, and he draws his bow, but then he doesn't fire. And he just he turns over to Gramorn and says, "I think that one's a lost cause." And then Sia. Are you there, Sia?
Yeah.
How's that headache going?
Went to the doctor. It turns out it's a fever.
Hmm?
Uh-oh.
How high is it?
Not high. I'll be good.
All right.
I just came to see what happened.
When I get a fever, I do this thing where I
We
meditate.
killed the sloth.
Meditate on healing, like a monk.
2 halflings died.
Oh yeah, that's true. Poor little halflings, they got eaten by sloths.
I'm not racist or anything, but why is that a loss?
Why?
So the halflings are your guides, and you need to travel with the halflings while you're in the forest ridge so that it looks like you're part of a halfling group. Otherwise, other halfling tribes will think of you as food and attack you to eat you.
Oh, okay.
I am a rock. I am not tasty.
You're also traveling with Caspar, the human air drake hunter. He helped the party hunt the air drakes in the mountains, and now he's helping you travel through the forest ridge because he can speak to the halflings. He's dealt with them before on many occasions, and he can communicate with them pretty easily. And he insisted that you bring these 10 halflings with you when you travel.
All right. And
We're also traveling with an air drake.
Drakeling.
Oh yeah, we have a Drakeling.
Oh yeah, you kidnapped the baby.
They took one of the babies. Oh, the other thing that happened is after the combat, you rode the animated one that you had animated with your magic. You were riding it around, and then Gramorn wanted to skin it, and I said no, and I had you ride off into the sunset so that you could ride out the whole hour. And then after the hour was up, then you let him skin it.
Hey Joe, you'll want to save these, okay?
And also, during combat, I thought about casting a spell, but then I was like, no, Caspar is with the party, and he doesn't know that I can cast magic, so I had you use your bow instead, but you had to use one of your elemental charges on your bow.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. It recharges 1d4 minus something a day.
There you go. You got your characters.
You got a good hit on the air drake, too.
Sure.
It rolled all the elemental damage. It did the 5d8, I think. Did something like 34 damage to its ball sack.
Yep.
No, it
Oh,
was
yeah, you get him in the ball set.
it
Literally in the ball set.
It was a lady. You shot it in the taint though, as it was flying up.
Oh, the goodie bits.
Right in the
The
gooch.
goodie.
Goodie bits. Get him in the goodie bits.
Gucci.
Not the Gucci. Oh, so we lost the other one, huh? The other one just like fled and.
Okay, so Sia, the situation is the sloth has grabbed the halfling and run into the forest, and you didn't see it. It's camouflage. Do you want to roll a perception to spot it? You do know that Taurus, or not Taurus, you know that Morg turned into an earth elemental and then pointed in the direction it had run. So if you want to run in that direction instead, maybe you'll bump into it.
Wait, I just killed the one that was in that route area. Oh.
I pointed in 2 different directions. You guys killed one. There was one in a different direction. I was pointing over there until it jumped away, and then I stopped pointing because it went out of my tremor sense range.
It runs in his family, David.
Who's David?
I don't know. This is what's playing in the background.
No.
Sports Center.
It's really funny to me. I like it.
Mhm.
Do you want to do anything or just hold your action?
I can roll. Hold on.
A perception check to spot it?
Are the halflings waiting for us to potentially rescue the other one?
The halflings were really caught by surprise. They haven't even gotten a turn yet.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
They unfortunately rolled a 6.
They got scared. They froze.
They did freeze up.
Under pressure.
14.
All right.
I mean, 2 of them just got one-shotted.
The sloth moves silently and has gone up into the canopy of the trees and is very hard to spot with its camouflage. Camouflage hide makes it hard to spot, so you don't spot it. You got a bonus action?
Yes. Is everyone thoroughly bardic inspiration?
Yeah, I don't think anybody is.
Don't use that stuff.
What? you don't want bardic inspiration?
What's that for?
Bardic inspiration?
I'm just kidding, man.
I was offended. That's I'll give it to Joe.
It might have been handy against the air drake. Its armor class was pretty high. Against the sloth, though, it's an easy target.
I give bardically inspire Joe.
All right. He sings the song of your people.
I love when he bardic inspires me.
I keep forgetting Morg isn't a melee fighter sometimes.
I am right now, sort of. I'm an earth elemental.
I like look at your figure and it's like, man, that's a buff dude. Then I remember you're a Jew.
Did you want to move at all? Do you want to stay put in the center of the pack?
I want to move slightly farther back.
Okay, away from the creature?
Mm-hmm.
I'll put you back here. Into the shade of the bushes. You're kind of close to the dangerous pet, though. He kind of looks over at you. Has he been fed recently?
Whose pet is it?
Ring sight. Hey, Taro.
Oh, no.
I assume he'd be fed since everything in here is alive.
You and your pet stand there. You go right after Sia. So, what are you going to do?
Hey, Ullman, go get the thing that just jumped into the tree and knock
Alright.
it down.
Can Omen even tell where it is?
He has life sense.
What's the range on that?
Like them. ridiculously long. It's like a mile, right? Oh, never mind.
120 feet.
All right, it is within range. Okay, he can fly towards it and attack if he wants.
Okay, and then once he does that, Air Elemental, go help him with
Yeah.
your whirlwind move. So, I'm trying to knock it out of the tree.
Drax can sense the presence of living creatures within 120 feet of it. And its attack is a +5. Multi-attacks, it can make 3 attacks. 2 claws and a bite. All at +5.
Actually, no, he'll just attack it normally. So, just roll off those.
The air elemental's attacking normally.
No, the Pterax is attacking normally. Didn't those Ripper Claws have a special effect?
Oh,
no.
it has equipment?
Oh, yeah, the items? Probably, I don't know. It's on your character sheet, I
Doesn't
think.
that just do like doesn't that just do additional damage?
I thought they like increased his crit rate or something.
I thought they just do more damage, and then if you do crit, it also gives you like an additional set of damage dice. That's all.
That's probably it. Anyway, that's 19, so it hits. I'll just roll the other damage rolls first. Then 18, so hits, and then 9. Plus 5, so missed with the last one.
Alright, so you got claws do a d6 +3. Bite does a 2d6 +3, but that missed, right? Was it the third one that missed?
Yes.
Yeah, alright. But you hit with 2 claws?
Yes. So 21 damage.
Nice. 21 damage.
What? And then Air Elemental does his Kung Fu move.
Kung Fu Air Elemental, alright.
I'm just gonna call it Spinjitzu.
How do you make a new state of an object, Ninja? Like put multiple figures into one?
You put the 2 figures next to each other. You drag a box select around both of them, and then you right-click on one of them, and you say Create State. That'll put them together.
Ooh.
Make me a strength save.
He's got +4. He has a 16.
In total?
Yeah, total 16.
He got lucky this time.
Air Elemental
He
couldn't
gets to
grab him,
take
huh?
himself, wait. No, it doesn't even. Wait. Okay, yeah, it does. So. Take 9 more damage.
9 more damage.
Okay, and now that I know where he is. Wait, can I see it?
Look at this.
Probably not. He's camouflaged. He's very hard to see.
What if I use my fancy periscope?
I think you have line of sight on Omen. But it just looks like he's attacking a branch.
Oh, well, I guess I'll just do it the old-fashioned way for me. Make me an intelligence saving throw.
Alright, I rolled a 12 minus 5. What's that, 7?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna get out of this one.
The sloth has an intelligence of 1. It is the dumbest of creatures.
Is it standing in the tree or just like hanging off it or something?
Standing on a branch. It leapt up to a 15-foot branch.
Well, he can have a hearty dose of brain damage with the synaptic static. Take 8d6 damage.
8d6 damage, kapow, psychic.
Nice.
Alright, I have to roll it. 32.
32? Yeah, that's about what I rolled. 32 psychic damage.
Oh, shit. My bad.
Is it defeated yet?
Ouch. That really hurt.
It's still not dead.
So... No, it did not die. It did not die. And it gains disadvantage on dex checks.
Alright, well, time to be done with this. Air Drake, it's dinner time. On the menu for tonight is Sloth. Go get him. He's over there.
Alright, so he gets a psychic damage wound that gives him disadvantage on dex saves.
Alright. I told the Air Drake to eat him.
The Air Drake says, "Eat who?"
I said go. I said it's dinner time and you're having Sloth. Go get him. And I pointed in that direction.
Eat, Flappy thing?
No, Sloth. Jumpy thing. Like, it looks like that thing over there.
It looks over in that direction and fails its perception check. It doesn't see it.
What? For frick's sake. Oh.
It thinks you're talking about Omen. That's probably a bad thing.
For frick's sake. Just.
The thing that Almond's attacking.
You gotta talk to it like a baby, man. No eat flappy thing. Eat bug
I don't
thing.
know how to
Eat bug thing.
Telling it to
Wait,
eat
is
something
sloth
it can't
a bug?
even visibly see is tricky.
Does it know what the sloth even looks like?
No. Sloths usually avoid air drakes if they can.
Whatever. Just go move over to Flappy Thing.
Over there, alright.
And don't eat it.
It'll move. 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes over to here. It walks over in that direction. It goes over to these rocks and sniffs around. It's thinking to itself. Tells to eat Flappy Bird, then tells not to eat Flappy Bird. We'll eat Flappy Bird if want to eat Flappy Bird. Not hungry, though.
Well, that's the end of my turn. I've run out of allies, and they're not all that great.
It's not very bright.
This is very risky for you.
Just gotta retire him. Just gotta get the Terax to retirement.
he's like the cop that has 1 week until retirement. He's like, I'm gonna make it, man. I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna take my boat out and go fishing.
Hang out with his wife.
Last watch.
All right. The halflings are going to look in the direction of Omen, and then they're going to unleash a barrage of arrows, highly accurate. Even with disadvantage, they still manage to hit a few times, and the sloth is slain by a hail of halfling arrows and drops out of the tree with a heavy thud. Thoop.
Well,
when it lands on the ground, your air drake is going to see the creature fall out of the tree, and then will run over and bite it viciously, and shake it about violently, and throw it to the ground, and then stand proudly on it like it accomplished something.
Was there any chance that halfling was alive in there?
Oh no, he was super dead.
Okay.
During the creature's turn, it moved and it bit that halfling clear in half.
You did a very good job.
Good boy. Good boy.
Hang on. Do they want the halflings' bodies back?
Yeah, the halflings will retrieve the bodies of their friends, and they're going to give them a proper burial here in the forest under a tree somewhere.
Okay.
Poor Derlin. Halfling Derlin died. And the other one? Good old what's his name?
Halfling Derek.
He was here, but he disappeared. I'm not sure where he went.
It's pretty obvious where he went.
He went straight to hell. And it was so exciting that Ulreg took all of her armor off and wiped the sweat from her brow.
You like Ulric's new outfit?
Oh, this
huh?
place is dangerous.
This is how she sleeps.
Alright. Well, thanks for watching out there in Twitch land. We're going to call it there. It's a little past midnight, and going to call it there. So thanks for watching.